Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the co-optional podcast for the 16th of September 2014. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Jesse, close your fucking gob before something flies into it.
Ow. I want to see how big I can make it. I'm so excited to be back.
Any particular reason why you want to see how big you could make it?
Cause I'm interested.
There you go, Dodger, welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm excited to be here and make all the dick jokes for you.
Excellent.
24/7 dick jokes.
That's good.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this time to remind you that maybe 6 or 7 episodes ago, Dodger in fact said, "Jesse, why are all your jokes dick jokes?" And I said to her in retort, because dick jokes are always funny. And she got mad at me. And here's the thing, now she's using them. So I say unto the internet, who hath won this battle? The dick or the dicky?
Well, was I making fun of you for dick jokes,
Yes,
or was I making fun of you for...
You were.
I don't know. I don't know.
This was a really great conversation.
This is incredible.
I'll look
This
it
is
up
the
later.
usual level of discourse that we've come to expect
You
on
won't
this
look
show.
it up later.
This is worse than the usual level. I'm just shocked.
Interesting.
Right now.
Well, you know, when I usually go back through the podcast archives and I try to find
You don't.
something that ties together the episodes where the discourse is notably worse than usual, there's always one thing that I find in common. Crendor, welcome to the show.
WowCrendor!
Thank you.
There you go.
I have a fun story about this. So
Okay.
Cry, in our little chat thing, Cry was like, "Oh, I can be on the podcast." I was like, "No, you can't challenge me for my spots of being on the podcast." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, "How many have I been on?" And I went back to look. It's pretty much once every 10 episodes out of 100.
You?
So
You have
yeah.
one once every 10 episodes?
I think I've been on probably 13. I think this is my 14th.
Yeah, you're like you're a reoccurring character. You always
Yeah.
come around whenever we don't want you here. You're like our herpes.
Yeah.
I am.
You're the podcast herpes.
You're the Lionel
gonna
Hutz
say-
of this show.
I am.
I was going to
Nice.
say
You're
that
our
he's
Newman.
he's the cute girl that works at the cafe that we sometimes go to
No.
on off episodes.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Have you seen his wig?
Not in any way.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
creepy.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
What? I haven't been here in 2 episodes. You guys are being creepy. What happened to you?
I'm right now trying to figure out why the hell Crendor is using an EV20 without a damn pop shield.
Oh, I got it, but it broke.
Oh,
See?
okay. Is it floppy? Well, it's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
It's
it
too
works.
close, though.
It works now. Hold on.
I bet it worked in the
that?
first place. You just fucked it up.
No, it didn't.
Look at this cute girl who works at the cafe.
It looks like a fucking pirate. What the hell are you talking about?
Cute girls can be pirates.
Yeah,
That's
what
fine.
if our sitcom is a pirate sitcom?
Yeah, and
Sitcom.
whenever we
So
land
that's already
at
copyrighted to the
Tortuga-
Yogscast. You can't use that.
Sipcom?
Yeah.
Sitcom.
Oh, has Sips done that?
Probably. And if he hasn't, that's because he's uncreative.
Nope,
and has no talent.
trademarked right now. Trademarked. You owe us 40%. Trademarked.
You can't have it,
Look,
Sips.
Sips.
Wire me $8 billion by the end
Indeed.
of today.
I mean, frankly, if we want to make a huge amount of money, we're going to do one of two things. One, sell Mojang, or two, get 40% of the Yogscast revenue. So which will it be? One's probably easier than the other.
We just need to
Sips-
create the
Sips
number one
come.
best-selling video game
Yeah.
of all time. Can we do that? Can we, as a
Sure.
group,
We
just make
could.
that happen?
Yeah, I
We
think
already
so.
did.
I'm already working
We already
on it.
did. The car game.
Oh yeah,
we
we made
came up
that.
with the car game. That
It's-
game.
Now
But
we
that's
just
not
need
a
the capital
game, though.
and technology to make it happen.
Now we just need to wait for someone else to make it, then we sue them, right? And then we
yeah,
take
and
their money.
We not only have podcasts, we also have animated version of the podcasts to prove
like-
that we came up with this idea first.
That's like double negative legal. That is so
Yeah.
legal, it is unlegal.
that it's not legal anymore.
There's some lawyer.
Unlegal.
Unlegal. It's so legal, it's unlegal.
Unlegal. Okay, well done.
So unlegal. Hi,
Jesse,
TV, how are you?
let's get ready to perpetrate some injustice.
It's injustice. The unlegal society.
In a world where unlegal takes over the legal. Robert Downey Jr. and Dodger star in Unlegal.
Wow.
Unlegal. That's the name of the
That was
movie,
it?
obviously.
Okay.
Unlegal.
That was it.
I was hoping for
movie.
something really funny, like a punchline, but then I remembered.
Oh, no.
it's
No, that
Crendor.
was just a movie Crendor came up with.
Nope.
No. 0 punchlines.
0 punchlines. Unless it has Nicolas Cage in it.
Yeah, the
Can I show
Nicolas
you guys
Cage
something?
being in it is the punchline. Huh.
Oh, you already showed me this.
So I at PAX, this was given to me. Anyway,
Okay.
I was told to show it off on the podcast. I was told first off, open it. It was wrapped very, very tight. It said open on the podcast, and I was like, I'm afraid this will blow up and I'll die on air. So I opened it, and it's just a man in a barrel. Until
All right then.
It's very
So that was
fitting for this
Exciting. Thanks for
podcast.
that.
Very fitting for this podcast.
Right.
So there you go. That is what you call an unlegal use of wood. Am I right, ladies?
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yep.
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 Yep. Moving
Yep.
on.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Welcome to the Co-optional Podcast. We do occasionally talk about video games. Coming up in the show, we'll be talking about what we've been playing this week. Then we'll most likely take a break, and then it might rattle on for a little bit longer, depending on how many games we've actually played this week and whether or not we actually wish to discuss them. Then we'll talk about news, of which there is some, and we will give our uninformed opinion on the Mojang acquisition, just like everybody fucking else that's talked about it up to this point. Yeah.
Pretty
Pretty
Mojang and
much.
Microsoft. Wow, I'm so interested.
It's like they
Wow,
make
something
great-
involves Mojang and Microsoft. That's guaranteed to be a rip-roaring riot. No, it's boring. Okay,
I mean,
wonderful.
well, like in a YouTube sense. Well, we can talk about it later.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
Hunter cares so little. She's like, yeah,
Yeah, fuck it, we don't care. Yep.
Look, I was gonna go into it, and then I was like, it's not that time.
Uh-huh.
Not that time in the show.
It's
No, it's
at
not.
all.
Not at all. Not in
Not
any
at
way.
all.
And then we'll talk about releases, and then we'll wrap the show up, and that's how it
Yeah.
shall go, roughly.
That's how we do.
That's a guide. It may or may not end up actually doing that. We don't know.
Probably not.
Now, fast forward to 36 minutes and 24 seconds. That's where it really starts to get good.
Indeed.
I actually thought it was 48.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 66 minutes and 66 seconds.
That's 4 6s.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Dodger.
What have we played this week? Crendor, if you start off with Strife, I'm going to have to start off with a disclaimer. So are you going to start off with Strife?
No.
Okay, then.
Okay. So I guess I'm going first.
Yes.
So let's see. What did I play this week?
You've
I
been on this
played-
podcast, what, 14 times, and you don't even know how to start your sentences? What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know how to start my sentences like in real life, let alone on this podcast.
That is true. That is true.
Nah, I'll give you that one. Yeah.
I like wake up. I'm just like, how? Shit. What? That's how I
Obviously.
talk. So
What
let's
did
see.
what did you play, nerd?
Played Heroes of the Storm.
Yes?
That's a great game. They've changed it quite a bit since
Yeah, they did.
last probably talked about it.
Yeah,
I like-
we've all been playing quite a bit of it, with the exception of Dodger, who doesn't have a key.
Yeah. So, maybe you should get some Inzip Blizzard or something,
Yeah, maybe you should go visit Blizzard more often.
Maybe
Yeah.
Dodger just doesn't have a key. Why? I mean, the question I think that needs to be asked here is why does Dodger not have a key? What did
know.
Dodger do to ensure that no key would be present in her
Or
Battle.net
rather, what
inventory?
do I have to do to get a key for this game that I'm undoubtedly going to be
Here's
bad
the one
at?
thing you have to do. Don't go on Twitter and say you have a boom chicken. Never do that.
What?
Never say I have.
When we
guys, I'm,
when we get
I'm
to me,
leveling up boom
I'm going to
chicken.
talk
Never say
about
that.
playing WoW for the first time in like 5 years.
Never say, Dodger has
gonna
the
go
best,
really well.
The best. If you want to go look it up, there's a chain of tweets. It's between Dodger and I, where she's like, "So Trini wants me to play a boom chicken," and I'm like, "The fuck?
What are you
just
talking
said?"
about?
And I'm like, "You mean boomkin? Is that what you're saying?" And she's like, I don't know. All I remember is it ended with a great joke about oomkins, and then a image sent to me of a moonkin like, "Hey, I get what you were saying." It's very funny. It's a very funny chain of tweets.
Okay.
That started with
Oomkins aren't
Dodger
even,
not knowing what the hell she was talking about.
and Oomkins aren't even a thing, 'cause everybody just doesn't run out of mana anymore.
Oh, really?
That's-
Is that a thing
oh.
now?
Yeah.
They used to certainly run out of mana very quickly.
They did.
Dude,
I played one
have,
time ago.
I have yet to ever notice my mana bar go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that I would say it will happen later, especially in like dungeons, and especially dungeons. Raids, not so much, but dungeons, when it's just like the few of you, yeah, you'll notice it because you got to manage stuff. But I don't know. Good luck, Dodger. You and your chicken, your boom
Thanks.
chicken.
My boom chicken.
Yeah. I mean,
No one
so
has
Heroes
ever
of the
called it that,
Storm.
and they never will again.
No one has
Heroes
ever
of the
called.
Storm.
Yep. Here's
Talk about Malfurion. He's like a boom chicken. Right?
There is no Moonkin form for him, though,
No.
right? No.
No, there isn't.
So he's not
There
really like a
should
boom
be.
chicken.
No, there
Why
shouldn't.
isn't there?
I don't think Malfurion has ever become a Moonkin. Like, is that in the lore
Why
or
not?
not? I don't know.
No.
Maybe he does it in
No.
private.
It's
There's
possible.
druids
I'm not
of the-
going to
there's
judge him
druids
for
of the
that.
Claw,
But
and there's all the different druid schools. Oh my god! There's
what
all
he
the different
does
druid
inside
schools.
the privacy of his own fort, however, is none of my
Malfurion
business. But
is
as soon as he
not-
brings it into my game, then we have a problem.
Jesse seems really eager to say something about lore.
No, all I'm saying. Look, all I'm saying is Malfurion is not. He's not the druid type that would turn into a boom chicken.
Okay.
It's not.
Don't classify him like that.
he
there
could-
are different groups. Look, it's not my fault.
No. Those
I
druid
played
groups are
Warcraft
purely a
3.
social construct, Jesse.
One formed by the elves. So don't blame me.
Which is a
I'm not an
result
elf.
of latent
I don't
elfiarchy.
know. I mean, obviously,
The elfiarchy.
that's why I'm a troll. I don't believe in it. I live in huts and get high and do
But really,
voodoo. That's
a
what I
troll is
do.
just a temporarily embarrassed night elf.
No. A troll is what night elves came from. Night elves are like the emo tween children of trolls who just.
Jesse, that
after,
sounds like cultural appropriation.
it is.
I'm gonna have to ask
That's
you to
exactly
stop
what it is.
immediately.
That's what it is. A little misogyny too. A little bit thrown in for spice. Little
Yeah.
bit. Bam. Bam. I'm like the emerald. Bam. Misogyny. Bam. Thrown in for
The
spice.
emerald, the emerald of misogyny.
Well, that's something you can't take back.
Yep. It's there forever.
So we've succeeded in not talking about Heroes of the Storm for 5 minutes. So let's.
Yeah.
All right. So so there have been some changes.
Yes.
Things are starting to get a bit better.
They've made a lot of balance changes. They made a lot of UI changes, which I think are good. They still have the dumb thing, which is the talents don't unlock until you
Oh,
get level
God,
like
yeah.
4 on a character or whatever.
Was it? Were you with me when I tried to play Gazlo at level 1 and it was just awful, or was that somebody else?
I've seen you play other characters at level 1, but not Gazlo.
Yeah, Gazlo at level 1 is pretty terrible, because the only thing you can do with Gazlo at level 1 with his ultimate is play the backdoor Gazlo build that barely works anymore.
Oh.
It's just infuriating. It's like the
I
backdoor
love.
Gazlo.
Have you guys spent a lot of time with Rhaegar? Dude,
Yeah.
Crendor
Rhaegar's
has.
my main.
I love that guy. He's so good.
He really is good. He's fun because he can chain heal, so you got him heal. He has like a shield with his lightning shield, and then you can do damage in like your Ghost Wolf thing because you can build it so that he does like crazy burst his first hit out of Ghost Wolf. And it's just, I like Rhaegar a lot.
I do too. The problem is that I've spent so long with Jim that I sort of have like a build that like really, really works.
Yeah.
Rhaegar, I don't know what. Like every time that thing pops up, I always take a minute to be like, what would work right now?
I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and that kills the game for me a little bit because it takes you out of it for a minute. Meanwhile, people are just dying around. You're like, hold on.
Oh yeah, you can't sit in your lane for a minute trying to decide which talent you want. You've got to go. You've got to go. And that's kind of the argument in favor of the talent gating, and yet it doesn't in any way help.
No.
Because the stuff that you were picking from originally is probably going to be shite, and you don't want to pick it. I remember most of the character, I think Zeratul's bad about this. When you start at level 1 before you unlock all the talents, your first talent is like regen orb or block, and they both suck ass. And you would never want to take that at level 1 once you had all the other stuff, which is why the whole system is just stupid.
Whenever I play Zeratul now, though, I feel like there's a lot of good things when you unlock it all. I'm like, I don't know what to pick.
Yeah, there's the cleave build. I like the double bomb build is quite nice. I like the right click build, which is like focusing on seasoned marksman, and instead of being a roaming ganker, you stay in lane, you try and get as many. It's not so much last hits, basically minions that die around you, they start to stack up attack damage for you. So you can play that build. You can play a kind of more supporty build with Void Prism. You can go for a pure right click build with Shadow Charge.
Yeah.
I found the
He's
same
one
thing.
Of the better like build characters.
I found the same thing with Chen, honestly. Chen seems to have a lot of viability in a lot of different roles. Like, he even has this kind of support role where you can build him about drinking as much beer as possible to give everyone around you high shields, and also kind of as a tank. But he can also be played as kind of a melee assassin character. He's got a decent amount of crowd control and suppression that you can build. You can build him as a lane clearer by upgrading his flame, like cone of flame thing. It's there's a lot you can do with that character. Although I'm sick of the bullshit where you kick over walls and die. That's terrible. It makes it really bad in the early game.
They kick people over walls on purpose to get to my egg. As Murky.
Oh, you've had a Chen like hunt you and kick himself over the wall to get to it? Oh, that sounds horrible. But he dies for that though. Like, is it
shout out? So far, I think most of us have had good experiences with players in the game, like not being total dicks. Shout out to my first dick, Dead Mao 5. Not to be confused with the famed entertainer. That guy was just mean for no reason to everybody on our team. It was like, you're not doing it right. And if I was you, I'd just go kill myself. I was like, whoa!
Now you've discovered why you don't play that game in anything less than a 5-stack. Like, it's a very pleasant experience if you're playing with 5 other people. Obviously, like, you'll shout at the other people on the call, but you're friends and it doesn't really matter. But, like, it's such a team-orientated game, and they don't give you enough communication stuff in the game in its alpha state right now, that there's no way I play with puppies. No fucking way.
Yeah, it's too objective-based.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah, it was very weird. It was very weird. Chat doesn't like how I said the name Dead Mao 5. Apparently they're not cool with that.
Dead Mouse, Jesse, obviously.
You don't say L337.
The Dead Mao 5 was a 1950s group of Chinese dissidents.
The Dead Mao 5. Spoiler,
they made
they're dead.
Great.
They were killed.
Yes. It was fairly self-explanatory as to what happened, but...
They originally were the Mao 5, but no, they were killed very quickly.
I'm not sure if I got my dates right there, but whatever, it was a joke, who gives a shit. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm still having a decent amount of fun with it. I'm not 100% keen on the plant map. I'm still a bit about that one.
Plant maps it's mediocre.
You know what? The one thing I noticed that I love about the plant map is that the other maps I think kind of are lacking. I love the announcer for the plant map. I think it's done really, really well, and I don't know why I love that part where every time...
Spread my seed? Is that why you love it? I imagine that's got something to do with it.
Well, no! I mean, like, just, like, the way it's done is a lot more, like... I don't know, it's just more entertaining. And no, not for, like, the dirty seed references. Just more like, the other one's like, arrgh! We have to fire balls at it, matey!
My favorite is the pirate guy right when it starts. He's just like, I'll give you 10 seconds to get out there. It's like, oh.
I like the Raven Lord is great. He's just like complaining about everything. It's like, oh, a talent. That seems generous. And things like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's cool. It's like every map has their own unique thing.
Yeah.
Announcer. Dodger, it'd be cool if you had a key to the game.
Yeah, it'd be great if you had a key.
Man. Yeah. Someday. Someday I'll play
You'll no doubt get in at some point. But, yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a solid game. I play it. I alternate with Dota 2 and a bit of Smite. Those are like the three...
Oh, I played Smite too. I love Smite.
Style games that I played. Yeah, we've got an upcoming event that we're doing, a sponsored event for Smite. So...
Am I the only one who thinks Smite's arena mode is way more fun than the other modes of Smite?
No, I don't think you are the only one. I don't like arena mode as much as I like siege mode. I think siege mode is a lot more fun because it's a much quicker mode. It's got the same idea of pushing lanes and shit, but it's only 2 lanes, 4-man teams.
Is that the one with the guy in the middle, the like jungle?
Yeah, and the idea is you build up this kind of energy to spawn this siege Goliath Colossus thingy, which the whole thing's Mayan themed, which looks awesome. Yeah. And once that thing starts going down the lane, it activates a teleporter, allows you to teleport directly to that thing. And there's also a neutral one in the middle that you can capture and make another like siege giant golem Colossus thing. And that game mode ends in about 20 minutes, and that's like just the right amount for me. I like that a great deal. It accelerates your progress as well, starts you off with nice quick levels and a bit of gold, so you can get like Boots 3 from the very start, which is pretty good. Have you played Joust? Sorry, Dodger, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm also very bad at Smite. I did the tutorial and I was like, I like this. I like the feel of it. I like the look of it. The idea of like the third person MOBA, that seems interesting. And the second I got into a game, I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I have no idea. The order of operations is like hard for me. Like, when should I be going to get buffs? When should I be pushing the lane? Like, without the top down view, it's really hard to tell what anybody else is doing.
Yes. It is a game that, like, all Dota style games involve the minimap. This is a game that involves looking at the minimap a shitload more. Because that is the only way you're going to get that level of situational awareness. Because from the third person, you don't have the top-down view.
That's what makes it fun, though, is it's that much different than the other ones because of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
It feels a little bit like... it feels a little bit like World of Warcraft, actually, sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit. It's got that... It's because that same camera view style.
Yeah.
It's like that third person.
But it's behind the character.
Yeah, behind the character. So I like that. Should we talk about Strife now?
Sure. We can talk about Strife long as...
We are just slap-a-dashing through every MOBA style game.
We are playing a lot of them at the minute.
Yeah.
So I think... sorry, Jesse, did you have a comment before we move on to Strife?
No. I'm waiting to see what Crendor has to say, because I think he and I both enjoyed it. We just have a few things that we definitely think need to be changed. But
before we talk about it,
means.
full disclosure and disclaimer, our opinions may very well be biased because 3 of the 4 of us took a sponsored deal to play Strife. Dodger didn't, but we did in order to play Strife on our channels, so that was all fully disclosed. And as a direct result, our opinions may very well be colored by that experience. So just bear that in mind before we talk about it. Okay,
You can go see our videos on our channels as well.
You are shameless, Crendor. Shameless.
Shameless.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Indeed.
So, I think Crendor and I discovered that we liked the characters. I think we really, really liked the different, like the style, the fact that one character is a dark elf, and one character is a space lizard, and one character is a magic cat, and like,
like
they don't seem to give a
style.
shit about it, anything in that. They're just like, what would be cool? Is this cat a wizard? Yes. Okay. What's the lore justification? We don't give a shit. Let's just go.
No lore.
Yep.
Fuck it.
we really enjoy that. The one big complaint, some of the characters have very weird, overpowered things. Like there's one guy, and I can't remember his name, like Fetter something. He's an old, like, dwarfy guy. He's like,
I played him.
Boy.
He was the one I played in my second video.
He has like an innate freeze thing that he, like, one of his abilities is a freeze. So combined with the melee character that's really, really fast, it just wrecks, which is interesting. So there's a lot of like combinations you can make, but you can also counter it. Like it.
Welcome to every Dota style game ever.
Yeah,
Some combos are pretty good.
This is why I rage quickly in MOBAs. This is I'm horrified by it. Anyway, the one thing we did notice is that the biggest drawback to the game that we found is that respawn and the actual map size and pushing, it needs to be tweaked. Like, respawns are very fast, and the pushing in the lanes is very slow, and the map size is huge. So you can kill everyone on the other team. You can murder everyone on the other team, and then by the time you get to where you're pushing on a tower, they've all respawned and are back.
Yeah. It's a pacing problem. I noticed the same thing, and it's contrary to what they set out to do. When I spoke to them at PAX, and I did my initial impression, like, after the fact, after I'd spoken to them, because I wanted to, like, do it full unbiased and everything, is they said, we're looking for a quicker experience, so here's what we did to make it quicker. We took, like, the tier 3 towers, and we bundled them into a League of Legends style inhibitor, yeah? And it's this giant tank with an electric eel in it for some reason. Yeah? I think it's called the generator. And once that thing can fight back, and once you kill it, it doesn't respawn. And once you kill it, it's gonna let you have, like, some more powerful stuff coming down the lane. So, like, kind of super creeps.
Right.
And we also took away the tier 4 towers that games like Dota have, and we just made the Nexus, or whatever we call it, fight itself. Yeah? And the whole idea with that, plus they actually shrunk the map's actually smaller than a lot of games like this, is to make the game go quicker and flow faster. But
It doesn't feel that way.
It's because it isn't.
No.
Like, it's failed to do that. And the reason why is what you just pointed out. Respawns are too fast, pushing is too slow. Why is pushing too slow? Well, unless you kill somebody outright, harassing somebody out of a lane is very difficult because they've got this thing which is out of combat regen. Once you haven't fought for a few seconds, you start regenerating health and mana at a much faster rate. Combined with the fact that towers are really powerful, it gave me the impression that actually killing someone in a lane and then going and fighting a tower is very difficult. And diving, especially low level, you just get killed if you even try.
The one thing we discovered that I think sums up the way the game is playable right now is Crendor and I noticed going lanes is kind of pointless at the moment. Going 5 people and pushing one lane wrecks house. Like, if everyone just sticks together, you do infinitely more damage to anything than just like 2 top, 2 mid, 1 bottom.
Sure, but
like
wouldn't you get seriously behind in golden experience due to the XP and gold share mechanics, though, if you did that?
You would think, but early on, when it's because the way the game works is it's last hit gets gold for everyone. Like, it's like a combination of sort of, I guess, Heroes of the Storm and League. So it's
it's actually like lane restricted. The optimal number of people in a lane is always going to be 2. That's where you get a full gold share. If you have one person in a lane, this was my understanding from the alpha, I assume it's the same now, and they get the kill, then the remaining gold goes to the team.
That's
how it used to work.
I'm trying to remember what the numbers were. I don't know like what the split is, but I remember when I was by myself, I got 37 for one of the normal guys. When I was with Crendor, I got 30. And then when there were 3 of us, it was 20, Crendor? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think it was 20.
Yeah, and so like that's that. I mean, there's definitely a very quick rise and loss there, but it was one of those things where it's like, after level 1 or 2, because so little has changed on the map, it was just like, F it, let's all get together and push. And when you take down 2, then you can split off into lanes again. By then you probably killed some of their guys, so there's some gold, and the towers is gold, and so it really didn't like seem to matter that much. And it's interesting. What I actually think is kind of cool is that the only complaints that I have at the moment are like little mechanical ones. Other than that, I know that Crendor and I had a blast. We had a lot of fun. So
it was a fun game. Yeah, it was just like the towers should die faster. I think the towers should die faster.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they should go. Anyone that played the original Dota knows there was a mode called Easy Mode, EM, which made the towers much easier to kill, and it accelerated the game pace to about 20-25 minutes, which it was actually really, really good. And with Smite, I'm finding that it drags on about as much as a Dota game, but there's a lot less to actually do. So as a result, I find myself getting bored. It's mostly because it seems to me that Strife is aimed at as a more entry-level market for this particular genre, and people keep saying, why do people keep making games in this genre? Because the current most popular games in the genre are really fucking hard, like insanely difficult with huge learning curves and very difficult to manage communities, because the whole game is designed around this idea that one person can fuck up everything for everybody else, and that causes a lot of hostility.
So out of like assuming that Strife is trying to be kind of an easy entry level version of MOBAs, and so is Heroes of the Storm, which one is doing it better so far?
I'd say that Strife does it better on the basis that it's closer to the mechanics of the more popular and complicated games. Heroes of the Storm is almost not a Dota game at all. Like, it really, it's so different in the way that it works, and the whole flow of the game is so unusual that it almost makes me think that it's actually so far removed from everything else that if you played that game and then tried to play Dota, I don't think you'd learn a damn fucking thing. Like, I don't think it would help you at all. In fact, it might even teach you bad lessons.
What I would say is at least from my having my opinion and what I think TB's probably right. If you're just going into a game because you want to check it out, I would say Strife is probably you probably have an easier time getting into that. But I feel like Heroes, if you have 5 people, is a better experience. Like, if you're going in with 5 people, because if you're playing solo, you're playing with 2 people, the little mini objectives in Heroes, if your team isn't on the ball, you will get screwed royally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can lose very easily with half the kills of the other guys because you didn't play the right objectives.
Right.
So Heroes is more fun with friends or people that you can communicate with.
So, like, if you're
it's mainly combat and objective based. There's no like farming to get up and like stuff.
There is a downside to that, though. Like, the downside, in my opinion, with Heroes is it's the least solo friendly game of any of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Much rather play something like Smite or Dota solo. I play Dota solo queue. Like, I might as well flagellate myself. But I do it anyway, and it's still more friendly than trying to play Heroes. And it's less frustrating as well. Because things can be completely out of your control. If your team doesn't play as a team in Heroes of the Storm, you're just universally fucked. All the time.
Right.
No one can carry. That's why. Like, a super great player on a Dota team can win the game. Like, if he wins his lane really hard and he carries, and he's in the right place at the right time, you being shit can be compensated for. In Heroes, that's not true.
That's what we noticed in Strife. I don't remember if we filmed it or not, Crendor, but Crendor and I played like a bunch just to like find characters that we like before we filmed our second video.
Yeah.
And one of the games we played was against a guy, I don't remember the character's name. It's the girl who wears the armor and has like the scythe thing and has like a
it's like Clarissa or Clarissa or something.
Whatever her name is. She laned it all
Jesse to
because
explain it all. So.
Clarissa lanes it all.
Clarissa laned it all. She would backdoor all the time. She was their MVP on the other team. And I think even though we won that match, she still had like the best out of everybody. Because this one person, their team was horrible, but this one person carried that team so hard and would come out of nowhere and just gank us and just destroy.
She was like Leona that did even more damage from League of Legends.
It was so
crazy.
hardcore. You couldn't help but be like a little jealous of how good this person was, and you were like, son of a bitch, out of nowhere just would appear and be like, gank your bitch and leave. And then go off and like took a lane by herself and just like almost destroyed our base. Somehow we won, mostly because the other team still sucked. But it was one of those moments where it's like, if they had another person that was kind of good, they would have destroyed us because that one person carried them through all of it. And there's no way that happens in Heroes. In Heroes,
No, it doesn't.
If someone's really, really good, like all the different balancing mechanisms they have, even when there's games where we've been behind like 4 levels and suddenly it's
rubber bands
2020.
I actually don't like that. I'm going to be honest. The rubber banding in Heroes annoys me a little bit because really it actually drags the game on a little bit longer than it should. Because if things snowball in your general direction, you've got like a 4-level advantage. As long as you don't fuck up, you should be able to win. But more often than not, what happens is it's around level 15, 16 and onwards that I've noticed the whole thing rubber bands in a huge way to allow you to catch up. And I don't know if that's down to accelerated experience to the other team that's losing, or whether it's simply down to the fact that maybe level 18 to 20 requires so much more experience than levels like 12 to 16 do that the other team catches up.
By rubber banding, do you mean like aspects of the map or the game in general that allow lots of back and forth, so you can't just steamroll through?
No. What he's talking about is like, so for example, I know there was one game we played recently where we were down like it was like 19. They were level 19. We were level 16.
We were like, why can't we just quit?
Yeah, we were getting our asses
ended up winning.
We were getting our asses kicked so hard, and what happened was it like gave us bonus XP and quickly balanced us back up, and then we ended up winning, which I actually kind of enjoy. The fact that
I definitely enjoyed it because we were losing up to that point, but I don't know if we deserved that. I mean, we took several good team fights.
If I was on the other team, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Well, it was because we strategically, the 5 of us, thought of a creative way to win, and I feel like
I don't know if we did though.
Well, we did. I mean, what we did was, well, actually, you're right. What we did is the same thing they kept doing to us for the first like 20 and like 5-on-5s. They were like, why don't we just do that? And so we just waited for them and we just screwed them. But I feel like it's one of those things where it makes for entertainment. Like it was fun to win. It was like, oh, I can't believe we did that. It was a fun experience. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm just not that guy who's like, someone's playing all Murlocs, I'm gonna quit out of this Hearthstone game. Like I'd rather see if I could win, and then when I get my ass kicked, be like, all right, well, that I deserve that. I don't know.
It was Murlocs, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know like where it's coming from really, because I heard that there was supposed to be like a bonus for teams that were behind, but I don't know if that's still in the game. A lot of that stuff's a bit obfuscated for Heroes of the Storm, so I just don't really know.
It is technical alpha TV.
Yeah, they change all sorts of shit.
All the time they change things. Every time I go into the game, it's different in some way. And I'm like, last time I was like, where's the characters at? And you're like, oh, they changed the load screen. I was like, what?
Yeah, they did. They messed all of that around. Someone is asking in the chat, by the way, why people don't like it when Dota or HOTS is called MOBA. Well, it's because the term doesn't mean anything. That's the main problem. It's just a meaningless word, an acronym that was actually thought up by Riot because they didn't want to be associated with Dota, and everyone up to that point was calling games Dota clones. It's quite games, similar to the way the Doom clone and first-person shooter evolved, but first-person shooter is actually a good term that properly describes the game, whereas MOBA means fucking anything. Like Street Fighter's a MOBA. If you play online multiplayer in a battle arena, then that's a MOBA, guys.
Also, Dota really didn't Defense of the Ancients didn't really mean anything. That's just
no. Dota's just a bullshit acronym as well.
It was the name of the game, and then saying Dota clone implied
other thing. Yeah. Still,
it wasn't like this is a genre. Dota.
Yeah, but no one's
it's a
come up with
Defense of the Ancients genre.
Defend those ancients.
I mean,
you did have to defend the Ancients. The Ancients were there. They required defense.
Speaking of Dota, I've been playing Warcraft 3.
Oh my.
I've been doing the campaign. That's pretty fun because I'm learning all about the Warcraft lore that I never learned about.
Played Warcraft 3?
I played online. I didn't play the campaign.
You didn't play the campaign? The campaign's the best fucking thing about it.
Oh, no.
I'm playing it.
Okay. No, never mind.
What?
First off,
no, I was gonna say
on.
You probably if you're gonna go play the Warlords of Draenor, you probably should go play Warcraft 2 and the Warcraft 2 expansion.
That's
because those would be much more helpful.
Very relevant. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do
Beyond
that
the
as
portal.
well. But I've been playing it, and all the people are like, Crendor, you're bad. Crendor, your micro's awful. Crendor, you're not
Who
building it
gives
right.
a shit?
Crendor,
Being
you're
the
not
campaign in that
exploring
game,
the
you can do
map.
with your fucking eyes closed. It's not that difficult.
Like, Crendor, your death coil should be used for healing, not for damage.
How dare you not play
Okay.
this game in the way that I want you to play it?
That's
seeing
just
it.
really funny. It's like the campaign mode. It's not like
It's
you're
the
like
campaign! Who cares?
I know, but that's happening, so that's fun. I like learning all. It's like seeing the things that have already happened and going back and being like, Arthas gets corrupted, and then Sylvanas, I'm like, she's an elf still. It's like, whoa, that's just crazy.
I can't believe you played WoW and then didn't play WoW until now.
I never cared about like story stuff until
Where do you
like
think WoW came from? Most of WoW's story, at least the original vanilla WoW, was based entirely on Warcraft 3.
Well, I didn't know that. I was like a freshman in high school when I started playing WoW, and I was like, oh boy, a MOBA.
most of it.
Do you
Or
ever
not
say
a
MOBA?
You know what? It is a
You're
MOBA.
as bad
fuck
as
out.
me.
And
With your
MMO.
fucking boom chickens.
Dude, yesterday when I was playing World of Warcraft, I called it a MOBA instead of an MMO, and everybody was like, stop!
Now you're just doing it on purpose.
I didn't, though. I didn't even realize I did it until I looked at chat, and they're like, why? It was good.
I know how you feel. I just did that.
Literally just now.
It's the literal.
Yeah, that you did. Thanks.
Let's see, what else? I mean, there's WoW. I always kind of just jump into WoW, but that's because it's my thing.
Job.
I mean, we went to Blizzard. That was fun. We can't talk
was
about
fun.
it, really.
We cannot.
Big surprise.
No. We got
We
to
did-
see their
they did
cafeteria.
show
What
us-
a good story.
Did you sign
no,
8
no.
NDAs before you went in the door? It sounds about
Yeah.
right.
They did,
We did.
but this is not NDA'd because I'm going to tell you something that's amazing. Amazing. So, all right, Blizzard has like an operations center that looks like one of those scenes you would see in a movie where they're like, get on the comm with ops. And there's an entire room with like 100 screens and like dudes at computers and like checking. Anyway, they have this thing that it's like they have a bunch of screens that show people streaming Twitch. So if you stream Blizzard games, you might be on one of those TVs. And then they have a bunch of things that monitor Battle.net. And then they have 2 big screens that are maps of the world with pinging things of where people are playing at any given time. And I swear to God, off the coast of Africa in the middle of the ocean is one little ping, ping, ping. There is some pirate floating out there just playing WoW, and his friends are like, let's go rob this ship. And he's like, hold on, 5 minutes, guys, 5 minutes. And he's just
Ready.
going at it. There's no landmass there, guys. It is just in the ocean. Either it's like an oil rig, some dude in the ocean just bing, bing. He is obsessed.
It's
Every
like,
time I've
boss,
been to
let us
Blizzard,
go
that's been
raid
there.
this ship. And he's like, I'm doing real raiding right now.
Raiding? Tell me about it. I got 4 more runs of this thing to get my damn Phoenix mount. So I found that hilarious. That it's all these big blops all over the world of people playing on BattleNet and all the different things, and there's one little dot, this little white dot in the middle of like the Indian Ocean out in nowhere, and dude is just really excited about it. I'm like, that guy, he gets it. He knows what's up.
We also got to see the Blizzard gym. They have a gym with like nobody in
the
it.
gym. There was one guy.
There's one guy.
That is
There was
a
one guy
dick
in there
thing
on
to
the
say.
treadmill. There was one guy on the treadmill, and he was going.
all fat. Every last one of the fuckers.
Who was it? Was Zarhim the one who he walked in and started like doing crunches or something? And we were like,
That was
cut it out.
Bashiok.
Oh, Bashiok,
like,
yeah.
I could start doing so. We were just like, stop. You're a tree.
Just stop.
And
Just
then,
stop.
uh,
Just cut it out.
Zarhim's
that-
like, I've worked here 7 years and haven't walked in here once. Like,
Then they took us into their office and we saw all their stuff on their desks and we made fun of all of it.
Yep.
Crendor and I mocked them thoroughly, and we were proud of it. Thank you very much.
Yep. I got their lunch menu.
Read it.
All right, let's see what they're going to be
can you get?
having.
Is the lunch
today.
menu under NDA? Am I going to get sued
Yeah.
for this?
Today they're going to be
lunch
having 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, plus choice of 2 sausage or bacon for breakfast. The soup chili is turkey soup with sweet potatoes and wild rice, or a spicy buffalo chili
Can I let
beans.
you know something?
Ooh, those
We
both
were
sound good.
angry that none of their menu items had clever Blizzard names.
Yeah,
They were
I
all
told
like
That would get
turkey
annoying
sandwich.
really fucking fast. Like 7 years on the job, come in, give me the Torin burger, and like,
What?
and
That'd
the
be
fucking
great.
cashier's just like, kill me now.
I'd love that. I'd be like, I'll have one Torin
that
burger,
too.
please. Hold the berry relish or what? I don't fucking know.
What?
Look, I don't remember.
Berry
90% of
Hold the
them.
kobold
They're too
sauce. Like,
The peace bloom sauce.
many. There you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
God.
Thank you for
There you go.
saving me. Thank you.
well
They got
done.
the broiler special, the Greek flatbread club with herb chicken, shaved ham, roasted peppers, and feta. You got the
sounds pretty
entree
legit,
feature, sautéed to order pasta carbonara with bacon, peas, onions, mushrooms, and house-made focaccia bread.
Focaccia.
I'm sorry, what? Brett?
Focaccia. Focaccia.
What bread?
Focaccia.
God damn it.
What bread?
Listen, I already mispronounced a bread name once. May as well just keep going.
Focaccia?
What was the other one I mispronounced? I don't know what it's called, but
Oh my god, I want to call it that for the rest of my life. Gotcha.
what was the other thing?
The focaccia bread.
Ciabatta.
Ciabatta, that's right. Ciabatta and focaccia.
Ciabatta. Anyway, rotisserie is spicy buffalo chicken, and he got 2 side dishes. Half a chicken costs less.
Why do they call it
And-
spicy buffalo chicken, though? I mean, buffalo chicken implies spicy in the first place. That's
I
a
don't
bit
know.
redundant, right?
That's true. Man's got a point.
And then they
Maybe
got the,
people get confused and they're like, is this chicken made out of buffalo?
I used to think, when I first came to America and I had a buffalo burger, I made the assumption that it was made of buffalo. It was, in fact, not. It was quite disappointing.
But no, but that makes more sense because you probably can get buffalo. I know you can get bison meat places now in the States.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you can actually get a bison burger, absolutely.
Yeah,
They're
I
pretty
would
good.
assume that makes more sense than someone being like, "Is this wing from a buffalo?" That person's an
Yeah,
idiot.
buffalo wings.
You were-
'cause
I
the
was
beautiful wing
confused
on
for a while by
buffalo?
buffalo wings, I've got to say. I was like, buffalo are really fucking small. Holy shit. How do the Native Americans survive on this? Like, this is a snack.
When they say they used all the parts, it wasn't hard, is what they're. It made it seem like it was
Didn't
very
take
difficult.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said, Crendor, you're from Chicago and you don't know what ciabatta is. I know what it is. Ciabatta. No, I pronounce things the wrong way. That's my thing. I called Negrand for like as long as I've said it. It's Negrand.
Grand?
Dear.
Negrand.
Oh my God,
It's just on in
Dodger!
WoW.
Stop even talking.
Oh my god.
It shouldn't take much. She's not said much the entire episode so far. So.
At least I know what it is. I'm not clueless.
I don't know.
I just mispronounced it.
Let's
wrong.
move on to what Dodger's been
I
playing
pronounced
this week,
staves
shall we?
right. It's staves.
Dave's?
Staves, not stabs.
No one says stabs.
Yeah,
Nobody.
they do.
Who?
Yeah, they do.
Who the fuck shares stabs?
I don't got sources about it, but I know
Oh,
people.
okay.
I don't got sources. I ain't got sources about it.
It's like reagents. I always said Regans, not reagents.
Jesus.
Yes.
When I was a kid, everybody in my science class used to say intestines instead of intestines. And I came
That's
home and
stupid.
was saying intestines. And my mom was like, stop. She was like, where did you learn that? And I was like, my teacher says it's intestines. And that's when my
quite
mom
remember if
fully regretted living in the middle of nowhere.
I think in England it actually is intestines, at least, but most people I think just call it intestines instead.
My intestines are made of aluminium.
Yeah,
I could be entirely wrong about that.
Pumped. Do you get your intestines pumped? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
What? Dodger, what have you been playing? What do you play?
I played some WoW. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing WoW, which I did not expect at all. I haven't
What's the highest
actually
I've ever got?
30 is the highest I've ever gotten with a character. So this is literally experiencing the World of Warcraft story for the first time, basically. Because
new
I
You're
level
didn't.
playing Alliance, which is
about it.
gross. Just stop.
I know, because trolls are my favorite, and I wanted to be a troll. But the reason I got back into it was so I could play with my family members, and they all play Alliance. So I was like, fine, I'll be a Worgen because I want to be a Worgen. And everybody said that the starting zone for Worgen was really cool. Although I made the mistake of in the Worgen starting zone having health bars on. And there are lots of just big old war scenes that happen where it's like people everywhere and all their health bars. And I couldn't see a damn thing. So it was me panicking, being like, I don't know how to turn this off. That was my first big trial.
You're at least doing like the Cataclysm leveling, which is a lot better than the before
Intestine.
Cataclysm leveling.
It is.
Yeah.
But you're
I haven't-
still Alliance, so you're gross.
I hadn't played anything since vanilla. So
Yeah.
it's weird. A lot of things are different.
So I have confirmation, by the way. I found on the Cambridge Dictionary.
Intestine.
Yes.
Intestine. Intestine. Intestine.
Aluminium.
It all sounds the same.
It
for the
is
most part between
ciabatta.
the two. No, it's not.
It's definitely
According to the
ciabatta.
Cambridge Dictionary, it is ciabatta.
Focaccia.
Focaccia.
Chachi.
Oh God. So yeah, I'm a
Well, how are
I'm
you
a
supposed to pronounce it?
focaccia
Focaccia?
and
Focaccia,
ciabatta.
That's dumb.
The man's got a point. I'm not arguing with that. The man has a point.
You know,
That is dumb.
when you're right, you're right.
Yep, that's dumb.
Yeah.
That is real dumb.
So back to games.
Yes. So I'm a level 21 or 22. One of those. I'm level 21 or 22 Druid Worgen, and I got a message from one of my friends while I was streaming yesterday, and he was like, it was really worth it tuning into this stream to watch you turn into a moonkin just so that you could smack a thistle bear to death. It's like, well, I'm just figuring it out, okay?
Wait, you meleeed something? As a moon? What?
Because I turned into the moonkin, I had no spells, and I was like, "What the fuck? The moonkin doesn't have any spells. What's the point of this? Are you supposed to be able to like get a buff on all of your nature, like shooty spells?" I was like,
Did you
"This is
just put them on the
bullshit."
hot bar or something?
Yeah, did you not put it up?
I didn't know how. Everything
Oh.
else, the cat and the bear and all that shit, when you turn into them, they have abilities just on the bar. When you turn into a moonkin, there's nothing. So it's like,
That's weird. That
and I
sounds
didn't know.
Although I guess
did-
it's because you. I know why. It's because you use the same spells as a moonkin as you do outside a moonkin form, whereas
Yes,
the cat
yes.
and the bear have separate abilities that are tied
See,
specifically to that.
Yeah, I realized that later, but I was still like, I wish that something in this process had explained to me, hey, you need to put some spells on that, and then told me how to like get my spell thing up
That
and
probably
pull
would have
them
been
down
good,
there.
especially if you're like, I'm gonna go into combat. Oh fuck.
Yeah, everybody was like, turn into a moonkin. What are you doing? You'll get a buff. And I was like, okay, turn into a moonkin. There's
And
nothing
yeah,
on the hot
moonkin
bar. I was
bar's
like,
empty. Yeah, it probably should pre-populate that, especially at that low level.
that's what I thought too. So yes.
Yeah, I'd actually say that's a problem with WoW. It really should pre-populate that. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. You would think it would do that.
Yeah, it's like, gotta open my spell book. No. Come on.
I went into a nightmare zone and talked to a green dragon, and then I rode the green dragon in the tornado.
Oh, you did that
That
one?
was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And
Eye of the
then
Storm, but yeah.
it's
It's actually not what Eye of
like
the Storm is, but
3 different people found me in game and gave me every cat pet in the game.
stuff. Some of that shit's expensive.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, somebody gave me spectral tiger cub, and chat fucking lost it because they were like, "That is like such an expensive rare pet. What the fuck?" So now I'm running around with a
Wasn't
spectral
that?
tiger.
Can you buy that now, or it used to be a
don't know.
WoW trading card item?
I think
In
you
fact,
can
yeah,
buy
it
it
was.
on, like,
was my
eBay.
TCG loot. Yeah, that's that's $120 if you want one of those.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I was worried that if I had them out, they would die.
I want a
No, they don't die.
a pet your fucking internet.
You- oh.
I want a pet. Fucking internet.
How do you get the crazy cat lady title? What do I need to do?
Be you for about 7 more years, and that should do it.
The Crazy
in the
Cat
game,
Lady title, you get...
do you have to
you need
fulfill
20
things in order to
cats.
get?
Yeah, 20 cats.
There are 20 different cats available in the game. You have to acquire them. It's account-wide.
Yep.
You need things
I
like
must be
Zufu,
close.
Cub of Zuin, which I assume is some Pandaria bullshit.
Probably.
You also need to
yeah.
obtain Mr. Bigglesworth, which I wasn't aware you could actually do.
I didn't
Yep.
know you could do that either.
Apparently
Yep.
you
Wait, how
can,
did you miss
according
it?
to Wowhead.
Is it a drop from Kel'Thuzad?
I mean, I'd assume so.
Kel'Thuzad is
Yeah.
a boss in WoW, Dodger, in case you were wondering.
Who is...
Oh,
yeah,
the card in Hearthstone that raises everything back to
Yeah.
life
Hope
after you've killed it.
Yeah.
Fuck
Where does
that
this
card.
come from? God damn, I'm raiding... Okay, yeah, you've got to...
Okay,
There's
tell
a
me,
bunch,
tell
okay,
me,
so
TV. How
there's
do
a
I
bunch
get
of little
this?
pets you can acquire through raids now, apparently. And there's actually another achievement called Raiding with Leashes. Collect all of the battle pets listed below from classic raids. So you go to classic raid dungeons, and you can now get pets from them.
Oh, you can,
supposedly.
yeah, you can probably get Bigglesworth from battling him in a dungeon. Oh, Dodger, you should
Yeah.
pet battle.
Okay.
Oh, did I
Oh,
ever...
you could turn them into a...
You
Yeah, you
can
can turn them into a
rename
battle pet.
them. Okay, so now I have Watson Kitty, and I tried to name my little black cat to Sherlock Cat, but it kept not working. And then we figured out it's because Sherlock is a trademarked name, so I had
Make
to
him
spell it
Shercock.
wrong.
Yeah.
Shercock cat.
I didn't do that.
You should.
I should
I named
mention...
it Sherlock with a U, I think is what I went with.
Yeah.
should
Shercock
mention-
lad.
We need to get off the cat topic. We should mention that they got the 10-year anniversary of WoW coming up, and they're doing some cool things for it. They're doing
Like what? Like what?
like they're going to be
Sell out.
doing an what's it called? It's not tar and mill.
It's
I say
Taran
tar
Mill.
and
It's
mill.
not Torin Mill, you dummy. At Taran Mill, there
Tar and mill.
long ago, when many of you were probably children, Taran Mill was a place of epic battles where the Alliance and Horde would spend hours beating the shit out of each other, and that's really where the hatred
There was no
founded.
battlegrounds. There's
And
no
it was
like
just,
anything.
There was no battle. It was just on the fields of Taran Mill. You'd battle it out, and you'd go into their town, and you'd destroy their town, because F it. You don't need a Flight Master Alliance. We'll kill that shit. And it was fun.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we're not going to let that happen anymore. Here are battlegrounds.
So
Those
for
were-
the 10th anniversary of WoW, they're bringing a battleground team deathmatch style based on all that, and they're gonna have 2 different brackets, one for 90 to 99, and then one for 100, and so it'll be a battleground, and you can do that. Then they also have Molten Core, where you
Yeah,
can
they're
go
doing
back.
a 40-man again, right? You can get a mount
Yep.
from it.
Yep, a 40-man Molten Core, and you can get the Core Hound mount from doing that, which is really cool. And I think the Molten Corgi as well.
Yes, the Molten Corgi.
Oh,
Which is I'm surprised they didn't come up with that earlier, because it's a perfect name. And
I know.
so.
isn't there
that's
a
really-
Molten Kitten too?
The Fire Cat is from the second Ragnaros raid. The one that's in
Firelands. Yeah.
Firelands, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
the deathmatch battleground is also 100 versus 100.
Yeah.
So before we
Such-
go to a break, there's something kind of cool. We've a lot of us have played Dawngate. Yeah. Just to get
Yeah.
back to
Yep.
the whole Dota thing.
What's
So
about?
a while ago, I suggested that there's a character called Desecrator. Yeah, who is this kind of like. He's pretty much a box. I just called him like I just walk around typing box over and over again. Just
No,
kind of
what can I
box with
say?
legs. And I suggested, you know what would be really good for that? What would be absolutely amazing is if you guys did a refrigerator skin. Like you turned him into a refrigerator. That would be fantastic. Well, as it turns out, this is Refrigerator, I believe. This is the Desecrator Eternal Ice Skin, also known as, yes, Refrigerator. They've redone all of his abilities. He now throws giant blocks of ice at people. He freezes people. I finally have my fridge skin.
You've made it.
I've done it. I have my fridge skin for Dawngate. I'm now very happy.
Die now. I mean, you're done. You've done your work on Earth. You've done it. You'll be remembered. 1,000 years from now, your name and Plato and Homer will all be remembered. And not, oh Jesus, not from The Simpsons.
Remember when?
I give up. You know what?
I like that you felt like you had to hop in there before anybody got confused and just be like, no. No.
Why would you include Homer Simpson with the philosophers?
I mean, I guess he says some pretty good quotes.
There are a few
show.
good Simpsons quotes.
Any key, am I right?
Yep. Complete with frozen turkeys, ice blocks, and Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of Crystal Skull zombie reference. Wonderful. Just wonderful. What else could you want?
Great.
Oh,
I'm trying.
I
keep pushing for there to be a fox skin for Amaranth because she's got all the little tentacle bits. And I was like, those could all be tails, yo. And they're like, no.
Well, the reason they probably no is because it would be too much like Ari from League of
That's
Legends.
what they're worried about, is that it would look like they were
Everyone get
copying
pissed off.
a League
Can we
character. And I was like,
the point that if you go to every forum for every MOBA, there's always a topic that's like, can we get a fox skin? Can I just ask the internet, what is your obsession with fox skins? You're weird. You're weirding us out, internet. She's got 9 tails. That must mean she has 9 butts. Am I right? No, you're idiots. You're all idiots.
I don't think I've ever heard that argument before.
We're going to head to a break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you more information, possibly about video games, although I can't promise anything. This is a co-optional podcast. Don't go anywhere. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the co-optional podcast. Yeah. Back to video games. What else have you been playing, Dodger, other than WoW? Or has WoW consumed your life as it has so many others?
No, I'm only level 21, TB. Come on. I've still been playing a lot of Hearthstone. I don't know. Have you guys heard about the Leroy Jenkins nerf and all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they did. They nerfed 2 things. They nerfed Leroy Jenkins by making him mana cost 5, and
the buzzard.
They fucked that buzzard so badly.
Up to 5.
Yep.
Yeah, 5
Good.
mana buzzard, and it's a 3/2.
Good.
I think that is now unplayable. Like from what I can tell, unplayably
Right?
bad.
I don't know how. I don't know.
It's because it was like the Unleash the Hounds combo.
Yeah, the combo,
Yup.
because they nerfed
Yup.
Unleash the Hounds originally because it was too good. But
And the hyena.
Good.
Oh man, you buzzard and then hounds and then hyena and then you kill all the hounds and the hyena's just like fuck you. Oh my god, it's so satisfying.
the problem with hunters,
that's the.
The problem with hunters in general is the whole class is based on the idea that beasts synergize with people, right? That's like the whole thing of the class, is they have things which interact with the card term beast, and there's no other class in the game that has that. The problem is now that, as it turns out, that made the class way too fucking broken, but now the class seems like it's pretty much unplayable because that's what kept it going in the first place. I think they're going to have to completely redesign Hunter at this point. They have to.
Nope.
Jesse's Salt is not a good enough reason to make one class completely useless.
I play a hunter. I have a very good hunter, but I don't rely on that stupid gimmick. I rely on secrets.
Right? Secrets are great.
Secrets are the best. I just don't. I mean, I don't use that. Like, I don't use that build, but I know that it is in fact the worst build because there'll be moments where I'll be way ahead, and that person just like 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, you're dead. It's like
Well,
what?
it was the same. It was the same
worst.
with the Leroy
worst.
Jenkins thing. They could potentially do like 20 damage to you if they had the right cards, and it was just like fuck you. I got so
Well, the Leroy Jenkins thing was just infuriating because it worked really, really well with one specific class, you know, and you could throw down the whole Shadow Step Leroy nonsense. And the whole Miracle Rogue idea of just draw as many cards until you get that combo so you can then play it and kill them is fucking annoying. Yeah. I don't mind them nerfing Leroy outside of the fact that now there's even less viable, like, low-cost legendary cards, which is pretty annoying to play my legendaries deck.
Yeah.
But I can see why they did it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the Leroy nerf like for a long time. I was like, I know it's coming.
It was basically a free fireball. Like it was, and it was like a really cheap real quick 6 damage, and that's how most builds were built. Like, oh, Leroy's gonna die anyway. Just you get 6 quick damage, go. And I was like,
here's the thing though. I think that could have been fixed without doing that. Like, I think that maybe it's got something to do with the fact that taunts just aren't as desirable in the meta right now. Things like Deathlord are pretty good because they're very, very good value, but think about stuff like Mogashan Warden and just how bad a card that is. Think about Tauren Warrior and Frostwolf Grunt, yeah? Almost all of the taunts in the game outside of Druid of the Claw and Senjin Shieldmaster, and in some circumstances things like Sunwalker are pretty shit.
but
If they were better, then Leroy wouldn't be as big a deal.
there's
surely.
a lot of things in that game that need fixed at the moment, because I guarantee you'd have to give me a sec to actually find it, but I guarantee that right now the top, what is it, Crendor, like level like 1 through 9, whatever, like the whatever level you are, rank, sorry. 1 through 9 are almost all Warlock and Priest at the moment. Something insane like that. Like that's like it's just, maybe it's 12, top 12 rank. And like every once in a while the Warlocks. Something insane
Hunter.
like that.
It's like
Someone just mentioned Sludge Belcher. Yeah, that's totally right. I was thinking of the old cards, not the next ones.
Like
a lot of Hunter.
there's a lot of, I don't know, the fact that once a good build's discovered, everyone plays it, and because it's so good and overpowered, it blows through everything in like the first 10 or so ranks, and then automatically you're at 15, and then it's like, oh well, now I have to be good against people. Like, that's insane.
Well,
like, it shouldn't be like that.
That was always a problem with TCGs, but because Hearthstone is online, it means that net decking is much, much more of a big deal. And a lot of the cards that you need in order to create a successful net deck are really easy to get, and things spread very fast, and you end up like the meta will change very quickly and not give you a lot of time to adapt to it, so you get these long periods where there's just a certain meta that's dominating. And it's something that you need to look at when it comes to making an online card game. You need to understand that's going to happen. There's no way of stopping net decking. So you need to think, well, how exactly can we encourage people to try different things?
Yeah.
That's why arenas are more popular now, I think.
Yeah.
People are just back on the arena train again. I know they went off it for a while because everyone was saying, well, arena, it's been so figured out, like the tier list is, and everyone knows what the best cards are, so what's the point? It's just luck of the draw as to what deck you get, but it's cool that it's getting a little bit of lease of life back. I like arena.
I mean, I think that's it. I will play the normal one till 20, so I know I get my new back, and then
That's what a lot of people do.
Then I just go and do other things. Like, all right, great.
Yeah.
Isn't Kel'Thuzad supposed to be changed up too at some point?
Are they
not
offering
in this update, but
I don't know.
I never heard
Maybe-
anything about them changing Kel'Thuzad. I mean, they might. It's certainly possible.
I fucking
But-
hate that card.
Well, it's a really costly card for what it does, though. It costs
Yeah.
a fucking fortune. It can be shut down in a lot of different ways. The main problem is if you're able to set it up and you have like a big board and then you throw all of your board away and then you just get it back, it's an incredible trade. But really, if you shouldn't allow someone to get that good a board anyway, and the chances are if they had that big a board, you're going to die regardless of whether or not they have the Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah.
It works better. It's like, hey, I have Kel'Thuzad and 6 low health, high attack minions.
Yeah.
Like, when's that going to actually happen, though, really? And it's not like you can play Kel'Thuzad and a bunch of charges, because Kel'Thuzad costs 8 mana.
I think I played a Mind Games and got a Kel'Thuzad.
Ouch.
That was pretty great. Because I put down everything, and he wouldn't kill Kel'Thuzad, and it just kept bringing everything back.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like Kel'Thuzad because he's such a different card. Like, he's very, very different to everything else in the game, and he causes some really wacky situations to happen, and I love cards that cause wacky situations.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I honestly haven't played that much lately. I've been taking kind of a break from it. I just want to kind of recharge my batteries. I might go back into Arena. I've not been able to come up with like any particularly good gimmicks either. I was thinking that a stealth gimmick or like an enrage gimmick might be better now, but they focused so much on Death Rattle in Naxxramas and didn't really add too much
jeez.
to
There
the
were
rest of it.
so many like crazy death rattle decks that came out after that I was like,
The problem with most of the Death Rattle decks is no one really thought it through. Like, in playing against people who made Death Rattle decks recently, like the last few times I played, a lot of them are just like, here's all my guys, kill them. And I'm like, no. And I just kill their guy, and all their units are still there on the board. I'm like, good job, dummy.
Well, they're morons then, because there's loads of really good Death Rattle taunts. Like, fucking Abomination and Sludge Belcher and Death Lord are all really, really good, and they should be able to stop you from doing that. So if they're not playing with any of those, then they're morons.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
but I
just
think
like taunting the good ones.
looking back at it, maybe that's the problem when you make a kind of mini card expansion that's themed around one mechanic. Instead of doing, because they said like the next expansion is going to be an actual card expansion where you buy different boosters and it's like 100 cards. So one would think they'll add more Enrage, they'll add more.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they are. This was like, I think they talked about it at PAX quite a bit. I think it was. I'm trying to think of like the other mechanics. They'll probably add some more Divine Shield minions. They'll probably add some more Taunt minions. And they'll just kind of buff up the number of cards so that you have more choice. As it stands, a lot of these cards that have either Enrage or Divine Shield just aren't very good. Whereas there's like a couple that you cherry pick, and then it's like, does anyone actually run Silver Moon Guardian? Not to the best of my knowledge, not unless they're playing a Divine Shield gimmick. But they might run Argent Squire.
Angry Chicken.
Yeah, there's something that doesn't fucking work at all.
Yeah, I'm happy they're doing that because they need a lot more cards.
Yeah, they do. Nax definitely helped bring a little bit of life back into it, but it's not going to be long, I think, until people are just saying, we want more cards now. Come on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's their biggest issue is because it's so easy to make decks because there's so little cards compared to like other trading card games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And compared to other trading card games, it's relatively cheap to do it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
most of their effort goes into the sound effects and the animations of the card, I think.
Well, I imagine there's a separate team that does that. I can't imagine the card designers are also doing the voice acting. It'd be a bit weird. They probably have done a couple of them, we just don't know.
They probably have.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's still so young, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like things like Magic the Gathering have been around for
20 years.
so long. There are just tons of cards.
It's internet old, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I suppose a physical
it's-
trading card game, things like, because I guess it takes a lot longer to build your deck with a physical card game. I mean, even to the fact it's like, I'm going to order some booster packs off the internet, got to wait a few days for them to be delivered, you know? Whereas like, I'm going to just throw a couple of $100 at Hearthstone, suddenly I have everything. All right, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that feeling of, I mean, you're right, it's very relatively new. Even Nax is still technically new, but it has that feeling of it's internet old where, all right, everyone got in, everyone was very excited, and now what's next?
Yeah.
I suppose there's a big expectation in free-to-play games of a lot of big content updates, and Hearthstone actually doesn't do that. If I look at Warframe and what Warframe's done over the last couple of years, they've had a lot of major updates that all have big game-changing shit in them. Like the latest one lets you fly, for fuck's sake.
Right.
Yeah.
With Hearthstone, it's like, well, let's see, what big updates did you do? Nax? There was the time when you took out Greater Heal and replaced it with Shadow Word Death. That was a thing. And then...
Oh, yeah, they did that.
Yes, they did. Greater Heal used to be... I used to use that. I came up with that combo very early on. Greater Heal plus Alchemy Soul Priest. It was fucking hilarious. You just blow the hell up this guy. It was awesome, but...
Do you think that there's a conversation going on about, how do I want to say this? Like, you don't want to put out updates so quickly that people don't get to really experience finding a build that works for them, but you also don't want them to come out so slow that people literally walk away from the game. How do you figure out that sweet spot of when to update?
This is why Blizzard gates things the way they do, because they, I think, out of maybe all of the companies out there that do MMOs or different online things, understand that you have to cater to not only the casual people, but also the hardcore people. And I think something that most companies will never understand is the hardcore people decide the success. Like they may be like, well, not everyone's hardcore, not everyone's, but they're the ones
The
who when they
hardcore people
beat
are the
it,
ones throwing $300 each at the game.
yeah, they're the ones who when they beat it have the most say on the internet, and then the people who aren't there yet decide based on what has already been said,
That's
what
right.
they're like.
Yeah.
And so those hardcore people, the ones who have already, I have every single card, I have every single thing, I've beaten hardcore, all the Nax things. Those are the people who are just like, all right, well, what now? And they're the ones who are taking to forums and complaining. And those are the people you have to cater to. And I think like Magic the Gathering, I think kind of understands that, and that they pump out stuff all the time. I think they have 4 expansions a year, something insane like that.
No. They do one core set plus one big expansion a year, which I think, at least this is according to chat anyway, that's about 400 new cards a year. Although, to be fair, a lot of the stuff in Magic is fucking useless. That said, that doesn't really matter because a lot of the people...
it's new stuff.
Well, yeah, the huge amount of people playing Magic are not playing the latest meta because they're not playing competitively. Magic is hugely popular, and the vast majority of people playing Magic are not going to fucking tournaments. They're just playing Magic with their friends. I remember playing Magic with my friends at school. At lunchtime, we'd just go to the history room because there was no one ever there, and we'd just play Magic.
Library.
Yeah, we were shit at it, but it didn't fucking matter because it was fun. Yeah, Magic also does do a lot of reprints. But then,
I thought.
here's the thing, like, Magic's been around for over 2 decades, so they're gonna reprint shit. That's gonna happen.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's only 1-on-1? Because I get Magic cards.
Is it
like,
actually now the chat's saying 4 sets a year, so apparently the chat was
I
wrong
get
in the
Magic
first
cards
place.
like all the time. I have like a ton of Magic hookups, and there's the core set. There's they had the Planeswalker set for a while. They had the one that was like mythological creatures. Like it was redone mythological creatures that came out last. So they had like 3 at least that came out in the last year. So there's got to be more than 3, right?
Was that 2015?
2015 just came out. I just got a bunch of those.
Yeah.
So I'm not like super up on Magic,
Core set
but I
plus
know
3
enough
expansions.
to play. But it's like
I mean,
they pump out a lot.
Significant. That's definitely
Yeah.
significant. Compared to Hearthstone, it's obviously a shitload more, but I think it's an unfair comparison. I think perhaps it's better to look at, like, what's the online competition for Hearthstone right now? Scrolls. I mean, Scrolls isn't even that popular anymore, and I'm being told they're releasing it as a 60-card expansion quite soon.
Oh
And
my god, I
did-
forgot about scrolls.
Well, I forgot about Scrolls because
wants you
games
to.
take 50 fucking minutes. That's the main problem with it. I loved Scrolls. It was one of my favorite games that year, but when Hearthstone came out, I'm like, I could play 5 games of Hearthstone the time it takes me to play 1 game of Scrolls. And for me, that was actually a big deal, and that's why I stopped playing Scrolls, even though I actually think Scrolls is fantastic. But even Scrolls had some interest. They did some they didn't just do like expansions. They brought out like, here's 3 or 4 new cards. I would actually quite like it if they did a system within Hearthstone while they're working on the next expansion that they release maybe 1 new card a week, like 1 new neutral card a week, and you could buy it, and you could just buy it for dust, or I guess the problem with that is that they can't really monetize it too much. Or maybe you could say, so the 5 new cards we're going to release this month, you can buy that for gold, or you can buy it as for $3 or whatever as a guaranteed set booster pack. Kind of like the chests in Dota do, where it's like, you are guaranteed to get one of these things out of this. And I think that would kind of keep things ticking over a little bit until an expansion actually came out. That would be pretty good, I think.
I guess for me, going back to the whole cater to the hardcore thing, I totally get that. I totally get that hardcore players determine kind of the sense of the game. But I also think that if you cater too much to hardcore, you wind up with a game where new players feel overwhelmed trying to get into it.
Yeah.
So I think that's still a balance problem.
Well, I mean, that's
Not a problem, but
struggle.
just something you have to consider,
Yeah.
That's the struggle that they'd had with WoW, is that
Struggle
they...
with StarCraft. It's
Yeah.
why a
Yeah.
lot of people... It's why StarCraft has taken a downturn in popularity. It's really hard to get into StarCraft right now. And the people you're playing against are going to be, on average, better than they were 2 years ago, because they're the people that stuck around.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot harder.
And that's every online multiplayer game.
Yes,
Of-
that's
I
true.
mean, that's just, it's very difficult. And the more you cater to casuals, you risk losing the people who are your core group. And if you do that, you're screwed because then you have nothing to fall back on because the casuals will drop in and out and do whatever they want. And
It's what I said about WoW for years. It's like, don't nerf raids for casual players. They're the guys who are unsubbing and resubbing, and they're not the guys who are logging in every fucking day and who are willing to, like, they'll never unsub till the end of fucking time. They're not, and they're also the guys who are buying server transfers en masse because they want to move to a different raiding server and shit. They are your bread and butter. You know? And if you're going to talk about endgame content, you should be catering to that. Oh, yeah. As I say, I'm just going to take a break from Hearthstone for a little while. I don't know even for how long, although after hearing you talk about Arena, I'm now tempted to go and play an Arena. So, you know, I might just be right back into that and just, like, put the gimmicks on the sidelines for a little while, go back to a little bit of Arena play, and then see what they come up with after that. Anything else you've been playing this week?
Hot to Full Boyfriend, of course.
Yes, indeed. I heard about that.
I did, she's like, fine, you're not gonna let me have Sour Patch Kids? I'm out of here. So
Can I have the Sour Patch Kids? I don't know. Those
are they
ages.
Watermelon Sour Patch Kids?
They fucking better
No.
not be. Jesus.
Watermelon Sour Patch Kids are the best.
No, why the fuck would you advocate for that? What the hell's wrong with you?
Best.
Absolutely not. Regular Sour Patch Kids are phenomenal.
Suck.
Why
Are
would you want
the worst.
watermelon flavor anything? Watermelon doesn't even have a fucking flavor.
Yes, it does. The flavor
It's
of
crazy.
deliciousness.
Water. That's why it's called watermelon. It's bullshit.
This is getting
So
intense.
like, here's some slightly
So
pink
good.
water. Like, no, I want a
Well,
real fucking
people say the
fruit.
Get
same
out
thing
of
about
town.
celery, and I think anyone would tell you after eating watermelon and celery that they taste differently.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't like celery either.
They're delicious.
All right, guys, make a poll. Make a straw poll.
No,
Straw poll.
don't pander.
Watermelon or regular Sour Patch Kids? Straw
Watermelon Sour Patch Kids are so much better. Internet.
Crender,
You're with me
Crender,
on
you
this.
need to get
Yeah.
on this. Are you making the straw poll?
Oh, I should be making it.
Yeah.
Sonic
go
Doctor,
Crender.
no one cares what you think.
Okay.
Get out of town.
So
no one cares.
I played a demo for here's my bullshit anime thing for the week. So I played another demo for a game called Dandelion, Make Your Wish Come True.
Shut
And it's a game where you're a girl and you come home and there's a basket of like tiny animals. There's like 3 bunnies and 2 kitties, and you're like,
Oh, I'm all lonely and stuff because I left my mom so I could go to school and be independent. So I'll take care of these animals.
so you're like taking care of the animals, right?
Okay.
And then you find out that they're actually like cat boys and bunny boys, and they like turn into people like hot men. And they're like, oh, we were turned into these forms by an evil magician, but we can't tell you who it is because that'll ruin the rules. And you're like, what rules? And they're like, we can't tell you. And so they're trying to turn it into like this this game about figuring out the mystery of this wizard who's like trying to ruin your life. I was like, I can't. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play the full game. Cry and I are going to play the shit out of that.
What the fuck?
That sounds like a good game for Fry.
Dandelion, go play the demo. It's so, oh my God. It's amazing. And the girl you play is a fucking idiot. She's like,
what should I feed the cats? I'll feed them some aloe and some apples.
and like all the cats get
There were
fucking
no
sick.
survivors.
They all get like super sick. And she's like, what have I done? I was like,
Hey everybody, my name's Cry, and I'm gonna be feeding my cats aloe today.
That's not cries. That's not cries. Hey, everybody. That's not. Wait, hold on.
No, it's
what?
Hey everybody, I'm Cry.
Shut up. Give me a sec.
you're
Jesse,
wrong,
you need to
Jesse.
cry.
Cry.
It's
Jesse,
like
cry.
It's
Look, we'll
We're
figure it
gonna
out.
play
like
with your friends.
Jesse Cox is wrong.
That sounds like the guy like, hello, Sydney. Do you like scary movies?
That's what he sounds like.
No, that's not what he sounds like.
Yeah, it does.
None of us did it right. None of us.
Guys.
By the
man's got a
way,
unique voice.
Watermelon
Got a unique
Sour
voice.
Patch Kids are ahead by 140
Fucking
votes right now.
heretics. Bullshit.
Don't say. Oh, here you go. The minute you said that, now all the votes coming in are going to be for
They're
normal
already
Sour
doing
Patch
it to
Kids.
piss me off. I know what they're
55
like.
to 45% for the Watermelon Sour Patch Kids. Here comes Watermelon Sour Patch Kids going around the bed. We got
Close
Sour Patch
the
Kids
poll.
coming up for the front. We
Close
got
the polling. It's over.
We got Stalker coming up in the back, and he's got Sour. We got Watermelon Sour Patch Kids. He's going to the front. We got 18.
Not enough
18
sample size,
votes.
biased
Here we go.
audience,
It's coming to
shitty
side by
study.
side. Nothing is happening right now. The votes have stopped. The polls are closed. Kids, Watermelon Sour Patch Kids
Good.
are coming out in front.
You're all disgusting. What the hell's wrong with you?
And lastly, I played a little bit of Minimum. Have any of you guys played Minimum yet?
I tried to. Like,
is that like
Yep.
oh god, that
Right?
game's got some fucking problems. Like the first time, it's like sign this EULA, and I press the button and nothing happened. I'm like, what? I keep clicking, and I eventually had to hammer through enter. For some reason, half the menus don't work for me. And when I went into the game, all it did was spin me around with my face facing the ceiling, which apparently is something to do with some weird HID interface shit. I mean, for having like a controller plugged in, but I don't have a controller plugged in. They're like, ah!
It sounds like you had a worse time than me.
I didn't have a great time. I am trying because it looks like a game I'd be into, but I'm having real problems actually playing the fucker right now.
Yeah, it's like, so for those of you who don't know, Minimum is like it's a minimalist robot shooter game, basically. The only mode that I've played is their Titan mode, which is basically you have a giant GoBot who's trying to get to the other side and destroy a fuse box. And so there are 2 GoBots for each team. There are 2 big GoBots that are like coming at each other, and when they find each other, they quote fight to the death. It's just 2 big robots just like beating the shit out of each other, and the noises are awesome. The sound design in this game is like perfect. But yeah, so you're trying to take down the other team's Titan and then get your Titan safely to the fuse box without the other team killing it. So I played like a couple rounds of that and it went fine. And then ever since then, when I try to go into a game, it just like bugs out, like bugs the fuck out. So this game is very much obviously like early access-y.
Which is weird because it's not actually in early access.
It's not in early access, but it's not a complete game.
Yeah.
So
is there some weird microtransaction shit in that game as well? Because it is actually a commercial game that costs money, but I heard that you could unlock weapons, but you could also like accelerate the unlocking process and just buy the weapons with real money. I might be completely off base there.
All that it said in the like, here's an overview of how this game works thing was the more you play, the more you gather resources that you can then turn into weapons. So there's like a crafting stage where you can create weapons and stuff and then put them in your loadout.
Yeah, I need to look into that a bit more because there was some. I think I was probably just confused about the fact that there was a bunch of stuff behind an unlock wall, and it's like, oh, okay, so you unlock this with resources. I'm like, oh, is this some kind of premium currency? But I guess not. Okay, I do want to fix this so that I can actually play it because it does sound like something I dig, and I like the minimalist art style as well. It's like, It runs really. It supposedly runs really smooth at high frame rate. Things are easy to see. Cool. Sounds good to me. I'm up for that. But I'll have a look at it.
What I've played of it so far is fun. I've only played the Titan mode.
Cool.
But it sounds like both of us have had problems getting into games. So warning.
Yeah, some other people have been reporting the same thing with Titan mode as well. And there was actually a bunch of posts on the forums about the spinning thing. It's like, well, do you have a controller plugged in? Nope. No, I don't. But I've been having a couple of issues with that on other games as well. So I think there's like it's a bit weird. I think it's something to do with the drivers. I think I'm just gonna wipe all of my HID compliant devices and then just start again because there's some weird stuff going on with that. I had like Run, which was a game I was doing for Impress Me, had that same problem where I was just showing controller prompts for no reason. Like, why are you doing that?
Weird.
It's a bit weird. Yeah. So.
Indeed.
I played. What did I play?
Sims 4?
No, I didn't. I was thinking about doing it for a video. I'm like, I can't be arsed. Like, I might.
I don't
at some
think
point
it's
get
as bad
it.
as people say.
No,
like,
I don't think it is. I really don't. Like what I played of it, I enjoyed. But
people are like, it lacks things. It's like, well, that's every Sims game. They create expansions and add stuff.
Yeah, it's like buying a new Sims game is a mugs game. You know. It's like, wait for the Game of the Year edition or till there's at least 4 expansions and patches, and then it's worth it. Because every single time they release a Sims game, it's like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back.
Yep.
Every time. But I think with this one, it's particularly, like, it's so jarring because Sims 3 had that open world and a bunch of other features, and they're not in this one. And the load times moving from house to house are fucking stupid. They're even slow on my SSD. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
I definitely didn't like that, but I actually have Orion's playing it right now. Kiddo, he's fine with it. He's having a lot of fun. He's becoming an astronaut.
Aww.
So there you go. It's like the game's still fun, you know, as Sims games tend to be. But I just give it some time to be patched and wait for some content. Seems like the way to go. with that
Oh,
one.
we played Destiny?
Nope.
Uh,
It's on a console, and it runs at 30 frames per second, and it's an FPS game with a controller, so no.
Does it have FOV
Can I
sliders?
interject
No, of course it
here
doesn't.
about
It's on a
Destiny?
console.
For shame.
I'm going to experiment this week with
Okay.
Destiny.
You actually going to do
so-
console footage on your channel?
I probably won't ever. I might stream it, but the experiment's not about the actual game. So,
Okay.
I got Destiny, but I haven't had a chance. I think I'm like level 2. I haven't had a chance to actually play.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because just the last few weeks have been insane. So everyone I know is in like a little text group thing, and they're all like, "Oh, I'm level 23. We're gonna go do a raid," and everyone's like losing their shit, and they're all making plans, and I'm just like, I hate you guys so much, but I just don't have time. But when I do have time, I play only for a little bit because I just hate this playing
Oh,
with FPS.
God.
It drives me crazy.
It's the
So-
worst. It's like fucking herding cats. It's like I'm
What
herding my
happens-
bullets. I don't feel like I'm shooting in a console shooter. I feel like I'm herding my bullets in the general direction of the target and hoping
Right.
that they land.
So
Yeah.
what happened is a few days ago, one of my friends who works at Blizzard, Taryn Gregory, the guy who does like all the awesome cinematics and stuff.
Oh, he was the guy that
Anyway-
posted that picture of me in a leather jacket and shades from BlizzCon 2005 that's currently on his Twitter.
Taryn,
Wow,
my
I
man.
had much more hair then. Wow.
we saw him at
he-
Blizzard, by the way, and he came out
he's
of like a
great.
dungeon. He was like a dark
He's-
room. He's like,
They're
I
in
have
crunch.
approached
They're
light.
in crunch time right now, so they have to get all the videos and stuff done for the launch. And then he's
Jesus.
just like, I haven't left in like 5 days. He's just, like, drinking like. So he's streams every once in a while, but it's just like for himself. And I saw he was streaming Destiny, and his thing said Destiny mouse and keyboard, and I was like, the fuck. So I tuned in and watched. He is using a thing called XIM4. And I just ordered
I've
one.
heard of that.
We'll see if it works. I just ordered one. Basically, what
Oh,
it is
I
you
might
plug
actually-
your
I don't know. It's
you
still
plug your
35%
PS4 controller into one side, right, with a USB, and then you plug your keyboard and mouse into the other side, and it makes the PlayStation 4 think that you're using the controller when you're actually using the keyboard and mouse
How
to play.
accurate would that be, though?
He was playing it on the screen. It looked like he was doing just fine. So that's why I bought one. I'm going to test it. I think I'm going to live stream that and see what it's actually like whenever it gets here. It should be today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
I really, really want to see if it's any good. Because if it's great, I will finally be able to play FPS games on a console and actually like.
Yeah, I've heard about this before. Like, I saw some people using it for Call of Duty, and apparently it seems to work pretty well.
Right.
I mean, that would solve half the problem I've got with it. Well, actually, it becomes 3 problems. I used to have a console just like plugged into my monitor, so I just have it on my desk, and I just like, okay, cool. Every now and again, I might want to play a console game, and I just want to play it at my desk, and that's cool. But with a first-person shooter, the field of view is designed for a television where you're pretty far away. And by the sounds of it, there's no way to adjust that. So on a monitor, it would probably suck. So I then end up going to my couch and then using keyboard and mouse on the couch. No. And then it's still going to run at 30 frames per second, regardless of whether or not you got that stuff plugged in.
True.
And to me, like, the thing about Destiny's been getting some pretty slated in reviews. And I think there's a number of elements to that. It's a backlash from the hype train. It's I think, level of expectation that hasn't been met with a lot of reviewers. Like, they're expecting a full-on epic story like the Halo games. They didn't get it because and Unit Lost did a video on this, basically saying that the scores are bullshit because a lot of them fixated on the story when really it's a pseudo MMO shooter about getting loot.
Right.
So who gives a fuck about the story? And it's a bit strange because no one seemed to have a problem with the story of Borderlands. Not even Borderlands fucking 1, where the story didn't even finish. The story was shit in Borderlands 1. Utterly terrible. And it still got 8s and 9s across the board. And that was a game about getting loot and killing psychos and things like that. But it seems to me that once this thing eventually comes out on PC, with 6 months to a year's worth of extra content, it will be well worth playing. So I'm just going to wait for that.
It's interesting to see, like, the backlash to the backlash as well. 'Cause I know, like,
that always happens.
Angry Joe was not
Jokes and
like
count
he did
jokes.
not he was not happy with the game. Like, you could see his tweets where he's like, "This is the crap they came up with," and I was like, "Oh, this will be interesting." And the
Yeah.
people because it's the people playing Destiny. Most of the people that I see freaking love it. Like, most of the, like, and I guess those aren't the reviewers. I don't know, but most people I see playing it are like, "This game is awesome." And it makes me want to play, even though I'm not at all hyped. I'm like, I'll play because everyone I know is playing, and I want to try it out. I mean, what the
Yeah.
hell? Why not? But everyone I know that's playing it right now is blown away. And when people are like, it sucks, they're like, you suck. I'm like, oh, we're there, are we? So, yeah.
Well, it also brings up a nice little conundrum that perhaps we could talk about, and that's the idea of when it comes to reviewing a game like Destiny, how the fuck do you even do that? When, I mean, all the reviews came out before, and they just released raids last night, right?
Yeah.
So all the reviews came out.
Oh my god, the streams of the raids.
I think someone in chat said someone just beat the first raid, I think.
Oh really?
I think so. Someone just
Yeah.
said that.
There were dudes.
Not
there was
confirmed.
there was like a team of guys who had been working on it for like 8 hours. They were like, we don't know how to fucking beat this thing because it took like crazy coordination.
That
Oh, so
sounds
you
like
mean
a
like
hell of a lot of
most-
fun. That sounds like old school WoW raiding.
Yeah, you mean MMORPGs? Like
Yeah,
that?
well, it is basically an MMO without some of the MMO functionality. Everything else about it, the way that questing works, the way that your character is, I'm a hero, just like everybody else. The way that the story is kind of threadbare and just tied together to justify your actions. It's a fucking MMO.
We
Yeah.
played it
People are-
at E3. It was really like, I like the UI and everything, like
The
the
UI is
items. And,
gorgeous. There's this
Yeah.
really awesome post by Mike Bithell on Tumblr. Yes, I found something good on Tumblr. About exactly like all the really cool subtle things that the UI does to give you information. He's talking about, there's a like really cool use of colors, like at the edge of your peripheral vision, to give you information without you even realizing that it's there. And I'm like, that is so fucking smart. Like the UI is beautiful. It's so gorgeous. The font, even like the font spacing and the style of the text is just lovely.
yeah.
There's a lot of people in my little text chat thing. They are talking about like running and rerunning and grinding XP in like dungeon areas. I mean, it
Yeah, that's
feels
WoW.
like old days of WoW. when
Yeah, it
it's
does.
Like,
Very much so.
in order to get ready for the raid, we got to go. And because it's the first raid, no one knows how to do it, and everyone's really underpowered. I was like,
Oh,
it
man.
has that sort of.
I'm
it's a
getting
new
wanderlust in my
MMO
eyes
thing.
just thinking about that. 'Cause
Right?
That was why it was so cool, like rushing up to max level when a new WoW expansion came out. It's like, we gotta go into the raid before anyone's done it yet. I'm like, holy shit, that's so exciting. We have no idea what's gonna happen. We have to figure it out ourselves. This is incredible.
I remember going to Molten Core and being like the spare part. And I was like, guys, if one of the 40 people drops out, like, I'm ready to go.
You were on the
I'm
bench
waiting.
from MC. Yeah.
Yep.
We had the opposite problem. It's like, well, we've got 39 people. We can't fucking do it. Like, we need one more. We don't have enough decursors. We only have 7 people to decurse.
I ninja'd Broodlord's head once.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
if you look at the description,
you
it's
did.
like, coincidentally, only one may loot this head. And I was like, oh. Good times.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is that a lot of what Destiny's been criticized for is probably something that I would dig a great deal. Because
Yeah.
the contextual grinding, I like that. I mean, I played MMOs for like 7 years, and I did a load of that. And I still don't mind doing it in games like Path of Exile or Diablo 3.
There's
But it's
there's
like
a-
it's fun. It's just time consuming.
But I mean, it even has like the loot jealousy. I think 2 days ago, Schroeder from the Warp Zone got a weapon called Plan C. It's a golden weapon, like one of the best weapons in the game. And it just dropped, and he's like, guys, look what I got. And everyone's like, you son of a... There's shit.
I love that. That was the best thing. As soon as you get a new item, the first thing you do, go back to Orgrimmar, equip it, and ride around in circles. That was
It's just like
for
badass
hours.
super golden gun, and everyone's just like, oh! And I'm like, that felt good. And now WoW's at that area where everyone has something cool looking, so it's like, meh.
Yeah.
But like, it's
Yeah.
so new. Destiny's so new. One cool looking thing like makes you a badass to everyone.
Yeah.
You're like, damn!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why there's a bit of a downside, of course. The only downside, in my opinion, of waiting for it to come out on PC, which it hopefully will, is the fact that a lot of that stuff's going to be discovered and all kind of played out. So I'm actually avoiding reading a lot about it because eventually I do wish to play it and on a PC, and I want to have that wanderlust again. I want to experience that again. And I'm not
Right.
going to be able to do that if I know all the fucking items 6 months before the damn thing is something I can even play. But
Yeah.
how on earth do you... I think you end up in a really weird spot when you're asked to review something like Destiny. And I think it's actually Bungie's fault to some degree, because they didn't let reviewers play the game prior to it fucking coming out. Yeah? And as a result of that, everyone was competing. It was an embargo-less environment where it was like, shit, got to get our review out because there's a lot of traffic coming in from that. But how far do we have to play into the game before we drop our review? So none of these people played raids because Bungie hadn't released the fuckers yet.
Right.
And most of them hadn't done the higher level strike missions and things like that. Oh.
Well, that's the problem with almost every MMO's reviews is every time you see a review, it's people who haven't done everything there is to do.
Because you can't expect them to do everything, right? That's completely unreasonable. Yeah.
I got to level 10 and WoW, and it was pretty good, but not the
That's
greatest.
why you saw all those reviews for Star Wars: The Old Republic that were like game changing.
Because the first like 20 levels in that game are fucking incredible.
Great. Yeah, and then after that, it's like downhill.
That was
like,
exactly the
more of this
same
shit.
with Age of Conan, actually.
Oh, yeah,
First
Age
20
of
levels,
Conan.
fucking awesome. I remember talking to my old co-host, Kiki Jiki, from the Epic podcast that we used to do on WoW Radio, and he used to play Age of Conan, and he got to level 40 with, I think, like a priest of Set or something, and he's like, there are no quests. There is nothing here, and I can't do anything.
That's so sad.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
Or was that other one, Warhammer? Was that the...
Oh, Warhammer Age of Reckoning? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
remember
actually, the
when
weird thing
everyone
about
was
Age of Reckoning is that it was the opposite problem with that game. It got better the higher level you got
Yeah.
because you got access to
Yeah.
like fighting the really high level forts, and that's where the PvP really kicked off. But the leveling experience, the early leveling experience for Warhammer was pretty shitty. That game
Yeah.
had some response problems as well. When I was playing it, it was so fucking laggy. It would take several seconds for an ability to trigger. It made the combat feel awful. Bright wizards were overpowered as shit. But there were some cool things, like the public quests in that game were a really cool system. I loved that.
Yep. It reminds me, what was, I remember Star Wars: The Old Republic. Or no, not The Old Republic, Galaxies. Star Wars
Oh,
Galaxies.
that's going back a
Because
bit,
I
yeah.
played Vanilla WoW, and then I got to like level 30, and then I had people playing Star Wars Galaxies. Like, you should play it. And I was like, okay. So I tried that, and that game was really cool. And they had like houses everywhere, like player housing.
Galaxy
and there
had a
was, like,
lot of interesting ideas.
Yeah, you had like your own spaceship and like
Yeah.
and then they just patched it and made it terrible. And I was like,
Oh, the
why'd
new
they do that?
experience? Yeah, that,
Yeah,
is that
the
what
new
pretty much killed the game?
It is.
If I recall
It's so
correctly,
good.
John Smedley, the CEO of Sony Online Entertainment, publicly apologized for doing that. Like,
Yeah.
they know what they did to that game. They're well aware.
You ruined a game. And
Yeah.
I'll never
Yep.
forgive you for that, ever.
Yeah, it was they screwed it up pretty badly. MMOs just they're very, very hard to review and critique, and more to the point, a lot of games are starting to really take on elements of MMOs which make the game more difficult to look at. And if I was a cynical person, if I was a cynical person, I'd say that's fucking deliberate, because what these companies want to sell these games on is the basis of their pre-release hype and not on the basis of fucking reviews. That game had sold millions of units before the first review ever hit the internet. Yeah? And that's perfect for them, isn't it? That's absolutely wonderful.
Luckily, you're not a cynical person, though.
No,
so-
I mean... but
Yeah,
not-
phew,
of course,
God.
yeah. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
What else? I could be cynical about this, though. Fable Anniversary Edition. What a pile of tosh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, so that game, at least in my opinion, aesthetically looks worse than the original did.
What?
Yeah.
How did
That's
they do
not
that?
possible.
It is
TV,
very
that
possible
can't
when
be
you use the
true.
Unreal Engine 3. It's very possible. It looks like a muddy mess, and just the style and the aesthetic of the original, which it looks a little bit dated to this day. I'll give them that. But now it's just generic nonsense. The kid looks like a mutant. The teenager looks like he's made of plastic, and has giant fucking anime eyes for no reason. Also, the thunder
Dodger!
outside. Giant anime
Anime
eyes.
eyes.
Games.
No reason.
I'm only into the 9 butts, okay? If they don't have 9 butts, I'm not there.
Yeah.
The
But the
original
real
Fable
problem
is
with
so
it,
good,
beyond
too.
anything, like all of the subjective shit, is that it adds nothing. Like, they have remade the game for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they're remaking games for no reason, just giving them HD remakes and some
DuckTales.
online capability. Rise of Nations, Age of Empires, Age of
DuckTales is a
Empires
completely
2.
different game. Like, DuckTales Remastered is a different game to the original DuckTales. This is not a different game to the original Fable at all. It's exactly the fucking same. It's just, it's got a new coat of paint. It's like the whole, but she's got a new hat thing.
Painted in shit.
And they
I don't
want you
mind
to
them
spend
doing that,
$35 for
though.
the privilege.
But
$35
they
for
charge way too much for it.
Yeah.
I think
if it
that's
was
what's like-
$10, maybe.
Yeah.
But they also did some other stupid shit. Like, if you played Fable Lost Chapters on PC, you probably played it with mouse and keyboard. You should, because that was the only option. It had no controller support. Now, it's like, if you don't play with a controller, the interface is garbage. Like, there's no mouse support in the inventory screen. You've got to use insert, delete, home, and end. When have you used those keys for anything?
What?
Anything!
That's
It's
pretty
bollocks. It's complete bollocks.
Fucking weird.
I don't know what the hell's
Wait,
going
do
on
you
with
use the arrow keys for anything?
that. Some, but like in the inventory screen, you can't use the arrow keys. You've got to use those 4 buttons. And it's like 2 different levels of the menu. Like, insert and home controls the top level, and fucking delete and end controls. It's like playing QWOP with an inventory screen. It's just terrible.
It sounds fucking awful.
It is
Don't diss
so
the QWOP.
bad.
Don't diss the QWOP.
Creep.
WAP is easier to play than that, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
The only combination of buttons I want to use in Fable Anniversary is Control Alt Delete. I could be a fucking East Coast battle rapper with lines like that. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's not even worth it. If they fix the inventory screen, and there's like, someone went into the INI files, was able to take off like the muddy blur filter and make it look a little bit better, it still doesn't look very good in my opinion.
I thought you said the Iron Island files. It was like
I know,
fucking
me
Game
too.
of Thrones. To the Iron Island.
Oh, I
Greyjoys
paid
make
the iron
games.
price for that port. I'll tell you that for a fact.
The Greyjoys are guarding our files.
Jokes.
References, pop culture. Whoa, we're so
Wow.
relevant. Oh, man. But
I still want them to remake, what do you call it? Empire's Dawn of the Modern World.
Oh,
That game was good.
it was
It
good.
was good. And it was on Steam, and then they just took it off everything. It's got to
it's
be
probab-
Activision.
Who published Empire's Dawn
Gotta
of
be
the
that
World?
It was,
Activision.
it was
It was-
Stainless Steel Studios who went bankrupt.
Yeah.
And then Activision was
Oh,
in charge of it
fuck.
all.
Yeah, so that's why it's
And I
gone.
asked the GOG guy, I was like, are you guys going to do that ever? He's like, I don't know.
Because Activision?
Yeah, he's like, if we had the ability to, we probably would have gotten it now. So it must be something.
Yeah, gotta be Activision then. No doubt about that.
Activision.
Well, Activision stripped a whole bunch of stuff off Steam. Like Deadpool disappeared off Steam. You can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
They just randomly do that. It's like, let me give you money, idiots. God.
I mean, I think
Gotcha.
there's a pretty good reason for redoing a lot of those RTS, because a lot of them had really bad interfaces originally. Like, a lot of the features that you take for granted now just weren't there. And whenever some of these remakes come out, I think, what was it? New Rise of Nations?
Yeah.
Yeah, good remake. It's a good, solid, looks good, plays good,
Yep.
excellent interface, spot
Looks
on.
good. Plays
Yeah.
good.
Although,
It wasn't
when-
that expensive either. Wasn't
no,
like
it
10
was
or
reasonably
10
priced, and it had the expansion with it. And then you compare that to fucking Age of Mythology Extended or whatever for $30. Like, this looks shit. Like,
I'll
it
just
still
go buy
looks
it
shit.
at like Office Max or something.
Well, they didn't even fix the idea that every time you click something with a unit, they'll always give a unit bark, and it's the same fucking bark over and over and over again. Whereas modern RTS, they have there's a term for it, and I can't remember what the term is, but the idea is that they'll have like a cooldown, so if you click multiple times, which you often do when you're trying to precisely control things, you're clicking them around the place, it won't use a unit bark every single time. But in that version, it uses unit barks that override other unit barks. It's like, yes, well, like, shut the fuck up. What the hell's wrong with you? I don't know. Some HD remakes have a good purpose.
Yeah.
And Fable is
This
not one
one
of them.
did not.
No, because Fable Lost Chapters works just fine. And you can play it in 1080p just fine on a modern computer. No problems at all. And I'd recommend that you do, because it's good. But right now, unless they fix they've got to deal with the mouse control and all sorts of shit like that. You can't even rebind the keys properly. You can't rebind attack. You have to have attack as the left mouse button. You can't change it to anything else. And dodge and block are the same fucking button. The middle mouse button, which was not the case in the original. What are you doing? What are you doing?
This sounds like a quality gaming experience to me. I don't think that you gave it a good enough shot. Maybe you should go back and play it again,
Obviously,
and maybe put a
yes.
camera on the keyboard so we can watch your hands while you're trying to play it.
Yeah,
Can't you just buy the original Fable though,
Yes.
like on Steam?
Yeah, $10 for the Lost Chapters. Works just fine.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Why are they wasting their time? And why is everybody wasting their time and wasting our time making shitty remakes of games? I don't understand.
It is a thing right now. Someone had a theory, actually. It's that a lot of these HD remakes are used they're used kind of as a proving project for newer members of the company. It's almost like they are literally given to interns and new hires. Literally. A lot of this stuff.
That's interesting.
Which makes sense. You don't have your main developers working on an HD remake.
That sounds fucking stupid.
Well, it results in bad HD remakes. I mean, that might explain the Silent Hill HD collection, which is fucking terrible.
The guy's probably fired. Lost his job.
Possible.
They were like,
Fucked up.
but does no one like quality control that shit? They're just like, do your best, and then we'll put it in a box and sell it.
Yeah. Well, even the 360 version of Fable Anniversary was apparently not very good. It had all sorts of issues. So it's not like it was just a bad PC port. It was just a bad HD remake.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's not a bad remake or a bad game? Mayan Death Robots.
What?
It's a great game.
Yeah.
It is a great game. It's a great game created by Crendor and I that another company made, even though we take full credit. We're taking credit for it.
All right.
We're taking credit.
Yes.
It's wonderful. It's a great game.
It's like Worms a little bit, but with Mayan Death Robots.
Okay.
And little Mayans that worship you, and then you
And they're
try
like,
to kill each other.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah,
That's what they do.
It's like
It's a
in
great
super duper alpha right now, and it won't come out till next year. But Crendor and I go to Last Fan Friday if you want to see Crendor and I play Mayan Death Robots.
Yeah.
And someone complained that the Mayan Death Robots are not actual Mayans, Mayan gods, and they're Mayan Death Robots. The Mayan gods, angry with us using their people, come to fight us. That's why all the different gods show up as like mini bosses in the game. Dummies.
Yeah.
I also played a bit of Train Fever.
Train
Oh, yeah.
fever.
I had Train Fever for at least a day before I got bored of it. I spent actually all day just playing it. It happens
You
to
had
me
the train fever?
every once in a while. I get struck down with Transport Tycoon, which is a horrible illness that sucks away days of your life. Yeah,
I know.
And every now and
love
again, I
that game.
reinstall it, and then I play the game for days, and then I stop playing it, and I forget about it for a couple of years, and then I come back and I do it again. Train Fever was kind of like that, only not as good. It was an interesting idea. It's like, let's make a modern transport management game. Sounds great. Transport Tycoon was awesome. Let's see if they can fix anything and improve on the formula. They didn't.
You can't beat the Open TTD.
You can't beat OpenTTD, which it's a bit unfair for any company trying to beat OpenTTD. It's like a bunch of people are doing this open source for free, and it has about 10 years of development behind it. Let's beat that. Nope, can't do it. Absolutely not. I think they just have to do something different if they want to try and compete. They really have to innovate in that genre, and Train Fever doesn't innovate in that genre at all. It is so desperately wanting to be Transport Tycoon, up to and including the little windows that pop up for every vehicle where it tracks the vehicle and stuff.
Yeah.
But they forgot how to make a good interface for a lot of it. There's some interesting ideas. Like they have a system called Lines, which is how you set up your routes, or routes for Americans. For people say, why are you talking about routes? What the fuck? Routes. Yeah, English. So if I want to send a bus...
We say route.
Yeah, but I'm talking about routes.
Wait,
What
bus
about
route.
routers?
wait, are you saying route or route?
Well, I call a router a router. And I
Right.
call
So
a
do you
route a
take
route.
do you
Whoa.
take the route to? So wait, hold on. Do you take the route to your router or the route to your router?
You
or
take
do
the route to your
The
router.
route to your router
No.
or the route to your router?
No, you take the route to your router.
No, you take the route to your router.
No, you don't.
No,
You
wait,
take the route
your
to your
route to your router.
No. You can't even get it right,
Stop
fucker.
confusing me! You're confusing me! I need to see a bought a sandwich. This is bullshit.
So
I know.
You put your
With
bus
focaccia
stops
bread.
down, and you buy your vehicles, and it says set up a line. So you set up a line, and it's like click the places you want to go. So it's like this bus stop, this bus stop, this bus stop. So that's and you call it like the Spennymoor bus line or whatever. Well, there is actually, my hometown is actually in that game for no apparent reason. I used to live in a town called Spennymoor, which is an old pit town in the UK. And for some reason it's in the game, and I don't know why. And I'm making the most money from it, which is lovely. But outside of that, once you've done that, and you click your vehicle, you set it to the line, and then it just goes, which is a pretty nice system. And it does cool things, like if you zoom in, it only shows the lines that are currently in the area, so it makes it much, much easier to figure out where everything goes. And if you click a line, it shows a colored like route where everyone's like where the buses are going and everything. It's pretty neat, but it's lacking so much. Like Transport Tycoon has shit like maglev and planes and ships and all sorts of stuff
fun.
like that. And fun, yeah, it
fun.
has that too. And none of that is in Train Fever. It has trains, which are, in my opinion, too expensive to run early game because building train tracks is too pricey. So, in the early game of Train Fever, building trains is a bad idea. Well done. Great.
Makes sense.
You should call it Bus Fever, because that's how you make your fucking money. Or
Maybe
Truck
Train
Fever.
Fever is killing all the trains.
Train Fever, yeah. Train Fever is an actual disease in that game. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. It's a shame. But here's the thing. I think that the game is solid for what it is. It just needs more development and content. And I think eventually, especially since it has good modding support, it'll probably end up being great. But
This
right
sounds
now,
like
it's
a
just not worth
fucking
it.
boring game to me. Sounds like an
I
awful,
love
boring game.
But you like SimCity, though, right? You like SimCity games. Or don't you?
I like Sims.
Okay, so you don't like SimCity. All right, well,
Is there SimCity Animu? Because she would love that shit.
hopefully not.
No, because he's still houses would look the same.
The
people would just look different.
No,
You'd have to zoom all the way in.
The houses are kittens, and the people live in the kittens because the kittens have 7.
That doesn't
8,
happen in
9
Animu.
butts.
That doesn't
And
happen in
then-
Animu, Jesse.
And then there's moving castles. And
Wait, is
you have to
Animu
protect
an
them.
actual game?
Oh, fuck me.
We're going to break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the news of what
And
there
Madden.
is.
Madden 15.
Jesse hasn't gotten to talk about his games.
Oh, yeah, Jesse hasn't talked about his games.
Well, maybe he'll talk about it after the break. Or maybe he didn't play any games because he ran off, like, for the last 2 weeks and wasn't around.
He was
We
taking
can talk
the
about
route
what
to
Jesse
his
didn't
router.
play. Smite when he was supposed to because his internet went down.
Should get a better router.
Yep, get a better router. You're watching the Cooptional
and
Podcast.
scene.
We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-optional Podcast. Incidentally, if I lose my internet connection, it's because there's a fucking storm outside. Quite the thing. You can probably even hear it just banging on the roof there. It's a little bit crazy.
I'm literally banging on the roof, just like,
literally.
I'm coming in for your internet.
Yep, something like that. I mean, not that it takes
I-
much for Time Warner
I was
to fall
imagining
over.
it like
But, oh, well, okay,
Making
moving
sweet love
swiftly
on
on
your
then.
roof.
So, yes, Crendor did mention that we didn't talk too much about what Jesse had been playing, although he's been playing a lot of the same stuff we have. The question
I said
is...
that.
No, I did
said that.
mention that. It was me.
no.
Oh.
Stop it.
Okay,
That was
fine,
me.
fine. Dodger gets the credit. Are you happy now?
Thank you.
Are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
Good,
Yes.
good.
I got half
Jesse.
credit.
Is there anything outside of what we've been talking about otherwise that we've been playing together that you have been playing?
I definitely have not been playing Hyrule Warriors and or Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth because I couldn't talk about those if I was.
Yes, I mean, that would be silly.
And I played everything else you played. I want to point out cookie butter is the best butter on earth. It's like peanut butter, but it tastes like cinnamon cookies. And
The only
thank you
butter
to
more
Alex
healthy
Fasciani
than
for giving that
butter.
to me.
More unhealthy than butter, even. Jeez.
It
I'm eating
is
dark chocolate
actually
almonds.
It is actually 10 calories less than peanut butter. Thank you very much. I did my research. Secondly, that's 10 whole calories, DB.
It's only 3 times the sugar.
You know what? 3 times the deliciousness. And then I the only other game that I played that I think is really interesting is a game called Uncanny Valley.
Okay.
It's in like super duper beta. It is I don't even know how to describe it. For those of you who don't know what the Uncanny Valley means, it is the definition. It's basically to describe when people try to make robots or things that look very, very, very human, but they aren't. We get like this weird
Revulsion.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, this weird like ew. A good example is Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. People were like, they look dead inside, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a really famous story of when the very first cut of the movie Shrek, like the original, came out. They made Princess Fiona very, very human looking, and kids got scared, and so they had to make her more animated and less looking like a real
Really?
human.
I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
Probably
so, like,
Shrek
it's this-
love
it's-
Shrek is life.
It's like these weird things like with robots, when they try to make human-looking robots, the more human they make them, the
less
weirder it
human
makes
they
you
look.
feel. Yeah. And so this game is named that, and so you automatically know you're going to feel a little weird playing it. You really do. It's like I want to say a horror game, but it's a you now are weirded out game, and you don't know why. Like, it starts off with a guy walking down the street, and he's like, I got to get home. You know, it's getting late. And then just like crazy shadow monsters attack you for no effing reason. Then you wake up in your house, you're like, oh, that was a dream. And you hear this knock on the door, so you go to the door, and then crazy shadow monsters burst through your window and attack you. It's like, what is even happening? Then it goes to a guy that's in, like, he's a security guard, and he's in a facility with weird, like, robots. And you watch tapes, like you find tapes spread throughout the facility, and it's a room where a robot is locked in with what looks like a dead body, and he's like freaking out over his own body, like looking at his arm and like banging to get out and like crying in a corner. It's bonkers. And then it just like keeps going up levels of craziness. It maybe is a 12-minute demo. I still don't know what it's about. I couldn't tell you what it's about. It was so flipping strange. I don't know what. Here's the thing. I loved it. I was like, I don't know what's going on. This is awesome. So if you have
exactly what non-content is.
If you want 12 minutes of your life gone and never back, but want to be at least weirded out, play that game. And you'll be like, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's that kind of game. It is really strange. Uncanny Valley.
Okay.
So I guess that's like the...
Speaking of Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, I guess that's where the name comes from. It just makes you not feel comfortable.
Speaking of spending like 12 minutes and having no idea what's going on, Glitch Hikers might be something that you may have heard of. It's been doing the rounds.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm not 100% certain, and I've played it. I still don't know exactly. It's one of those, I put out a video about this today, and I don't want to go too far into the subject because I've already talked about it. It's one of those interactive experiences that really aren't games, but it's where you will press some buttons and some things will happen, but it's probably not a game in the traditional sense of the word. It is a free download, so you can actually check it out yourself. Basically, the game involves you are driving in a fairly kind of low-resolution sort of
what is it called?
World. Glitch Hikers.
Glitch Hikers?
Glitchhikers.com is the site for it. You're driving, and you pick up hitchhikers along the way, and you have conversations with them, and you listen to the radio, and that's the game.
That's our game.
That's our game.
You sons of bitches.
That's our game.
No. It's not even close to Passenger. Passenger is far better.
Thanks, TV.
It's like a simulator, which is great because it's like, well, this isn't a game, and Passenger is not a game yet, so they're both kind of on the same level. But it's a simulator of driving at night or whatever. I cannot myself find value in that stuff, and I've tried. I've played several things like that: Dear Esther, Mountain, and Glitch Hikers, and I found no real sense of fulfillment out of it. I found nothing that really made me think or that really interested me. I just find myself extremely bored extremely fast.
Did multiple things happen as you drive, or is it like a linear path?
Well, the road is linear. You don't drive per se. You can change lanes and you can increase or decrease speed, but if there is a reason for that, then I'm not 100% sure what that reason is.
I mean, are there like random occurrences that happen as you're driving? Like, is it random, or is it like every time you do it, the same thing happens?
No, it says in one of the reviews I'm reading, it's saying that basically you pick up hitchhikers and you talk to them and weird conversations happen. And based on what you do, it sort of changes how the conversation goes. But I don't know that anything actually happens, like the hitchhiker kills you or anything. I just think it...
I don't think so. Well, the hitchhiker disappears. It's what's kind of annoying about it as well. And again, it's probably some sort of symbolism that I'm missing, is the hitchhiker says where they need to get off. They just kind of disappear from the car at one point. And it's like, I'm going to the hospital or whatever. There's no actual hospital on the road at all.
Oh my God, they're ghosts. It's like that one story where the guy picked up the ghost and he's like, that girl died 12 years ago on that highway. That's what this is. It's that game.
Wait, so what's this game called?
Glitch Hikers.
Glitch Hiker. Oh man, I'm gonna play this game.
It is an interactive exhibit or experience or whatever it is you want to call it. You guys should just give it a try, and then next week we can maybe talk about it, because I just like to know what you got from it, because I got nothing from that at all. And and after reading a couple of articles which are just espousing its virtues, like, am I just an idiot? Like, am I a stupid person? Is that why I don't get anything from these things? Is that why I got nothing from Dear Esther? Is that why? No,
here's what they need. You pick up the hitchhikers and random stuff happens, like you hit a cow that walks across the road, and the guy loves cows, and he freaks out.
And
Like, they
murders
need
you.
that type of stuff. Yeah, he murders you. Or
Yeah.
like maybe the
And then
next
you're the
time it's a
ghost.
horse. But now he's like, yeah, I hate horses. And like that type of, like where it's random and it like
Oh
impacts
God, this
the
is
game.
horrifying.
What?
Like this is the breakdown. It's the idea. The pitch of this game is that you're driving in a car and people just show up in the car with you and start talking to you, and what you say to them influences the rest of the game. So that you don't even pick them up; they just appear
They
in
appear
your
in your
car.
car. Yeah.
Here's the
dumb.
thing. Here's the thing. Open image and new window. This is what the hitchhikers look like. If this shit appeared in your car, I would crash. I would drive off the side of the road and die if that popped up in my car.
Oh,
God.
Jesus Christ.
It looks like
That
they have a
is
disease.
That is
terrifying.
horrifying.
Well, either way, I'm downloading Glitch Hikers and I'm downloading the Uncanny Valley demo. So
Yeah, I'd just like to hear
See
what you
how-
think about it
how
next
those
week,
go.
honestly. As I have never
happening?
found one of those experiences that I've got anything out of at all. Nothing. And I've tried them all, and I've tried to go in with a fairly open mind, and I have failed just universally to find anything of value in them. And I want to see someone else find some value out of it so that I can see their perspective. I mean, I even read Patrick Klepek's article on it, and I'm just like, this doesn't resonate with me at all. So, yeah, there's that.
It's horrifying.
yeah.
It reminds me of Desert Bus. like,
Desert Bus?
Oh yeah, Desert Bus. I remember Desert
you could
Bus.
lose Desert Bus, though. You can't lose this game.
How do you lose Desert? Wait, how did you lose Desert Bus?
You could go off the road and crash, couldn't you?
Oh,
Correctly? That was
oh
possible.
yeah, I think you're right. I remember someone just played Desert Bus for like a week straight.
Well, they did a charity thing for Desert Bus. Desert Bus for Hope is a yearly thing where they just play Desert
What?
Bus.
Yeah.
What?
Desert Bus for Hope.
Desert Bus for Hope. Everybody plays Desert Bus. Always Desert Bus forever.
Indeed.
Sounds terrifying.
Okay.
For sure, everybody's downloading Glitch Hikers right now. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
because I
taking
think
The site's broken. They
Site's
killed
broken. Yeah, that's
Good
unstoppable.
job, internet.
Yeah, thanks,
beautiful.
internet.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Yep. Can't wait for the article that says that I did that on purpose and I'm suppressing free speech. That will be wonderful.
I'll write
I
it.
was not
I'm
part
sure
of it.
you will. Minecraft, Mojang, news. Okay, so Mojang got bought by Microsoft for $2.5 billion. A lot of people are pretending to know how significant that is. So will we.
All right.
Yeah.
Go. Why is that
let's
significant?
join the masses.
Because
Based on no information and experience at all, go.
Microsoft's gonna ruin it. They're gonna take it and make it bad, like they make everything bad. That's my
Oh
opinion.
my God. Can we just all appreciate the fact that this is going to happen? We know this is going to happen. Minecraft, as a game, just like all games, cannot go on forever. Right? And because all these people
Unless this
are
one's different and it does go on forever.
Here's the thing, it won't. So eventually people will age out, or people will quit playing it, or the newer game will come along that's even better. Eventually Minecraft will die. And so many people have their YouTube channels and their lifeblood of money invested in Minecraft. Here's what's gonna happen. Oh God, I can see it. I can see it so clearly. Because Microsoft bought Minecraft, or Minecraft eventually dies, Microsoft's gonna get the blame for no other reason than the fact that everyone now is saying, don't screw it up, Microsoft. And when it dies, oh, so delicious. Microsoft, you have set yourself up for the greatest of failures, and I shall be there to
Well,
watch.
They've already, I'm surprised that Notch sold it to one of the platforms of Minecraft. So Microsoft, obviously,
Are you surprised by Notch's decision, or because
I'm
I think that
surprised-
decision
No,
might
no.
have been influenced by the figure $2.5 billion?
I'm sure. But here's what I'm
Has
saying
something
is
to do with it.
now people are freaking out, being like, it's a conflict of interest. They're going to try to make it so that people only play it on Xbox. And I'm like, I don't think that that's a thing. I mean, they've promised that they won't
think
take
so.
it off of PlayStation, but I mean,
That
they're
is
obviously
very
not.
strange.
Yeah, they're obviously not going to help out with the PlayStation version, right? You're gonna just let it turn into a buggy piece of shit and
is
be
it-
like,
Why would
Is
you say
Minecraft on
Minecraft on a
PS4 yet,
console?
or is it not?
I'm not aware of it now.
I don't think so.
Let
I still don't get why you'd play it on a console. I tried it on an iPad, and I was like, this is the worst.
It's pretty
It's
bad.
so hard to do things.
Anything. It's so
Yeah.
limited. I mean, even the console versions didn't have things like infinite worlds, and they had problems. Like, wow.
Yeah. So dumb.
I don't think anything's gonna happen with it. I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna happen with it. It'll
It's
continue
very
being what it
strange
is.
for a Microsoft-owned studio to create a game for platforms that are not Microsoft-based. Would that be unprecedented? Because it sounds like it would be. I mean, that's not what... If you buy a third-party studio, you don't do that. You don't
Yeah.
let your games be on platforms that directly compete with you.
Right? That's
Yeah.
the thing, is like, they've said, no, guys, don't worry. It's still going to be on your Vita and stuff. Don't even, like, guys, we're just trying to be fair here. And I'm like, they're your competition. You're going to screw them over somehow. Like, if you
There's
didn't,
one
you'd be
thing.
stupid. Come on.
There's one thing I know about mega corporations. They're nothing but fair and honest. They're all about.
Look, nothing's gonna happen, guys. Nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just
Well,
fine.
I mean, we want to be talking about
it
really
is-
Minecraft 2, don't we? Because...
It is on PS4, Xbox One, and PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
It's on all of those.
Well, I mean, they're not going to take it away, obviously.
They just don't support it.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it'll be the next Minecraft that
Yeah.
is of concern. You know, do you bring it out on Xbox One first? I don't know. Do you like money?
What?
Then yeah, you do.
What is Minecraft 2 exactly?
Well, I mean,
graphics,
it's fucking easy. You just improve the existing Minecraft.
Slightly rounded edges. Slightly rounded
way?
edges on all of the blocks.
In what way? Well, I mean, here's the thing. On console, you can't mod it, yeah? So on PC, you can make Minecraft pretty much whatever you want. On console, Minecraft is just fucking Minecraft. So in order to release a sequel, all you need to do is take some mod features, put them into Minecraft, update the texture resolution, give you a different pickaxe, and then fucking release it as Minecraft 2.
It's like an HD remake.
Yes. That's the wonderful thing about consoles. You can sell a game plus mods as a sequel. It's wonderful. You think there won't be a Minecraft 2? Fucking yes, there will.
Minecraft 2 Electric Boogaloo.
You're insane if you don't believe there's going to be a Minecraft 2.
I'm not concerned about the making of it. I think that it's going to be one of those things where they try to, like, we're going to improve everything, and everything's 10 times worse. And I'm
But
convinced.
Minecraft's bad anyway. It's not hard to fix that.
Minecraft is not bad. Minecraft
It's not
is.
bad. It's simple.
It's
it's simple
mechanically
and it's-
really so simple. This you could totally improve parts of it without fucking the game up.
But the key to its success is because it's mechanically so simple. Like, improving it would only destroy what they created. Like, I am convinced of this. But let's see what happens. Minecraft 2, we eagerly await your release.
It'll
Well, it's
work
like
for them.
Apple. Apple's based on simplicity, and if Apple started being like, we're going to be like the Droid and add these features, people would be like, I don't know how to use this thing.
So what you're saying
You
is
should
that
get an
Minecraft
Apple
is a game
Watch.
for idiots, yes? That's what you're
A
saying.
game for idiots that everyone loves.
I didn't say that.
Also
I
see
didn't say that.
iPhone
Total
6
Biscuit
selling
said
like 6 million units.
$2.5 billion.
Yeah.
Everyone
Simply-
on this
That
call
would
has
be
made
$2.5
Minecraft
billion.
videos at some point, except for me.
I made it back when it first came out, and it was cool to play Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I made it like super early on when like it wasn't
Yeah.
such a big deal. So
I still make videos.
As people in the chat are accurately pointing out, they could make the combat system not suck. I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
what?
But
This
that's
is
true.
awesome.
But I'm telling you, taking away from the simplicity of it will ruin the aesthetic, and people will literally just be like, "I'm out," and they'll go back to the first one. I'm telling you, I don't have time for their weird masturbation fighting. I'm being serious right now. I'm convinced of this. That the simplicity of it is what makes it fun, and people will walk away if they try to make it more than it is.
Flappy Bird.
Lappy Bird.
Flappy Bird. Candy Crush. Those are
Convinced
simple
of it.
games. It's all about simplicity. I'm
I'm
gonna make
I'm
a
trying to think
game.
of what Lappy Bird
I'm
would
gonna make
be.
a game called Button Clicker. All you do is click buttons.
That's called
the
Cookie
game.
Clicker.
Cookie Clicker.
It's that
That already
exact
exists.
game.
Yeah, no, don't tell
Or
people that.
Farmville.
It's gonna be different.
Can we make a game called Fart? Can we make a game called Fart Noise, where you just make fart noises into a microphone and it moves your character based on how long of a sustained fart you have? So if you go like it makes them fly really like far. But if you go, It makes them jump high.
All right.
Oh my God, we just made a
God.
game.
It's like
okay, we
it's like a
combine them all.
jetpack.
We combine them all. Someone in chat just said Flappy Craft. So here's what we do. We take
Flappy
like
crap.
Cookie
Flappy
Clicker,
crap.
take Cookie Clicker, Minecraft, and Flappy Bird. We combine them all. Okay, you build Flappy Bird levels. You
Right.
spam click a button, and after you spam click the button, you get bonuses for your Flappy Bird and custom skins. And he just flaps around. You can make custom levels for it.
Lovely.
That's the stupidest.
So
fucking
back,
thing I've
so back to
ever
the
heard.
subject.
You just wait. A year from now, someone's gonna make that, and it's gonna be like $1 billion.
It is out
And
now.
I'm gonna sue them.
Back to the subject.
$2.5 billion exactly.
2.5 billion.
Yeah, are we finished? Cool. Cool.
You're just jealous.
So, yeah, there's obviously going to end up being a Minecraft sequel of some description. You don't buy the biggest IP in gaming and decide to do fuck all with it.
Well, they're claiming they want it to help with their mobile standing.
And that's where they fail. That's where they've screwed up to begin with.
Mojang is not a mobile development studio, and the mobile version
Exactly.
of Minecraft is not very good.
Garbage is what it is. If that's their reasoning, they just gave $250 billion to $2.5 billion. Look, something billion.
$250
They
billion.
gave $2.5 billion to a guy just so they could have a name. That's all it was. They bought a name, and then that's great. Good on them. But they're gonna destroy it. They're gonna
Yeah, man.
destroy it.
And now Notch is like, I don't want to touch any of this bullshit ever again.
Well, Notch did exactly the right thing. He got out like a fucking bandit. Of course he should retire. Why the fuck shouldn't he? He's got so much money. Why would
Yeah.
you even want to be involved? I mean, he was
Well-
barely involved in Minecraft as it was for the longest time.
Yeah, he's saying that he still, I don't know the exact quote, but he said he still wants to make games. He just doesn't want to be involved in such high profile games anymore.
Yeah, he just
He
wants to
wants to
throw
like
little things together.
enjoy making them.
I'm so fucking famous. I don't want to be. Fuck you, Notch. Make games, you bitch.
No, why would we want Notch to make games? Notch doesn't make very good games.
I don't want to be involved in such high profile things.
But you-
Because I have millions.
Name
but I
some
don't-
games that Notch has made that
Doesn't
aren't
have millions,
Minecraft.
He's got billions.
Scrolls?
Jesse. He's
No,
got
he didn't.
billions.
Notch didn't make
That's what
Scrolls.
I'm. No, that's
Notch
what
did
I'm
not make
Scrolls.
saying.
Scrolls. No, he didn't. Mojang
That's
made
what I'm
Scrolls.
saying.
Notch had nothing to do with it.
Oh.
That's the point. That's the whole point of what a douchey comment that is. He doesn't want to be involved in high profile things. The thing he made was that. I mean, that's it. Like it's like, oh, I'm just so good. I don't want to be this good anymore. I'm just gonna go take a break now. Screw you. I hate you.
It's like Brad
No,
Pitt just
I-
being like, I'm done with this high profile
God,
acting.
I'm so done being a good actor and attractive and married to a beautiful woman and having multiracial kids and being the love of everyone's life. That's just not for me anymore. Fuck you, Brad Pitt.
Jesse, how can you possibly
Yeah.
say that when we spend so much time complaining about like, God, my job is that I make videos about video games on the internet, and man, I just have so many
You
people
hypocritical
watching me.
fuck.
I never complain about that. I complain about everything else. Everything else is a pain in the ass. But my job is the best thing in the world. And I will never complain about that. But oh yeah, everything else, shit, doing laundry,
Yeah.
that is the worst.
Oh yeah,
Just
I
worst.
love
I'm
that.
gonna
It was
stop-
like,
I'm
oh
gonna
yeah,
stop
he made
laundry.
0x10C. Yeah, yes, and what? How did that turn out? Oh, it didn't. Of course not.
Ooh.
You know,
Make
here's
a
what I want
laundry
Notch to be.
simulator.
Oh God, everybody's
My
trying to get into
fucking
robots.
camera. I need to replace this shit. Here's what I want Notch to be. Right? I want him to be the fucking investor. Now he actually has the money to fund Psychonauts 2, as opposed to pretending that he had the money to fund Psychonauts 2. He put money into Age of Wonders 3, and Age of Wonders 3 was made. And lo and behold, it was good. I would like that to happen. If he has money and he likes good games, which he does, and he is willing to invest in them, which he evidently is, then fantastic. Keep doing that. Because whether Notch likes it or not, Notch is a celebrity. And he has been for a long fucking time. He is. So let him use it, and let him use his money to make gaming better. And
Well,
let him
good,
make
not
some random
evil.
stuff himself. You know?
I want to see him go batshit crazy. I want to see him like start making simulator games,
Start
like
getting
laundry
San Diego.
simulator, plunger
Dating
simulator,
Sims. Notch, make
Dating
me a
Sims.
dating sim.
Minecraft dating sim.
I want
That's
this.
already a mod.
Again,
Like,
this goes back
here's
to
my
that-
Minecraft girlfriend. Like, you need help.
This goes back
It's
to
the
that Flappy
dog
Bird
mod.
guy. It goes back to Flappy Bird guy. It goes back to all of them. Like, oh, I just can't handle it. My success is so overwhelming. Fuck you. Embrace it, you asshole. I wasn't prepared for this. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, please.
You're an idiot.
You can hire
you pulled the same
bunch
shit. Like, we have a support group just for you to complain.
Never have I said I am. Oh God, success has gotten shit. I would love success. I've never experienced that.
Yes, you have. You lied.
I would love to have that $2.5 billion success. And
Success is relative. Come on.
I still go to every convention and sign every autograph and hug every person and be a freaking nutball with everybody. I will never change, and I will never be that guy who's like, I just can't handle it anymore. It's too much. Wrong. False. That has never not been me.
I can absolutely see fame, especially in this sort of situation, on the being internet famous to that degree. The amount of invasive bullshit that we put up with. Can you imagine how quickly his life turned into a shit show?
Hang on, Jesse, we had this argument before, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we have. I don't think it was over Notch or someone else, but
it was over Flappy Bird guy. And I said
it was over Flappy Bird, and I defended him, and I will defend Notch as well on this issue.
He came back and was like, I guess I probably should just start making the game available. He was a genius. He got out and made the game.
But he didn't release Flappy Bird again, though, did he? It never came back.
He came back into the game. He was like, I gotta get out. Okay, and he came back.
Yeah. Okay. So he made another video game.
He realized how lucky and how blessed of a person he was to have reached that pinnacle of success, and to walk away from it. You're an idiot. You're a dumb idiot, and I have no sympathy for you. Zero. If you have an audience like that, embrace it. Don't run from it. That you are a lucky human being.
Run from it. Audiences are fucking terrifying things.
Lucky human being. Zero sympathy for that. None.
You can't say that everybody is going to live the same life or be happy with the same circumstances in their life. To you, that's, man, I can't believe that they would throw that away, but maybe they'd be a happier person with a more fulfilling life. You only get one, Jesse. You only get one.
So don't be a fucking asshole and be like, oh, that's $2 billion. I don't know. Don't do that. Don't do that. Sorry. I'm not. I will never. I will
do that, Jesse.
Good.
If I'm ever able to sell something for $2.5 billion, I'm going to be like, I'm out forever.
Probably. Good.
I'm living in the mountains.
Yeah,
I'm going to be on the Shark Tank.
If I
would be on Shark Tank.
If I was offered that much.
WowCrendor.
Yeah.
Let's come up with a $2.5 billion idea.
Yeah,
I just want to be that guy. It's like
Shark Tank.
I'd want to do what he's doing right now, which is move back from making whatever it is I make and be able to use the money that I now have to further the passion in other less public ways. And
but they don't do that. They don't say it like that. They back out like it's too much for me. I just can't. And then they come back into the public spotlight later.
He never left the public spotlight. He hasn't developed anything for years, but he's still in the public spotlight, and it's going to be pretty hard for him to fade from it, frankly. People with millions of Twitter followers don't fucking fade from the public spotlight. Ever. It just doesn't happen.
Unless you literally go off the grid.
Yeah, you've got to go off the grid completely.
Exist on the internet anymore.
It's like what Dave Chappelle did.
Yeah. Went to Africa.
Yeah.
Gone off.
Maybe not should go to Africa.
He might. You never know.
He won't though. Because he's a hypocrite. And all these people are hypocrites.
He's not a fucking hypocrite.
And I'm just calling him on their bullshit. That's all. That's all. I'm just calling him on their bullshit.
No, I totally sympathize with it. I'm surprised that you don't. You've been through similar stuff.
I don't sympathize with it. That's fine. As a part Irishman, I learned to vent very quickly and get over shit. So you'll see me bitch and moan, and then the next day am done with it. I'm like, all right, well that was fun because I got it out. That's what the world needs to do. Let it go. Let it go, world. Blow it out your ass, and it's done.
Moving swiftly on from the Frozen singing.
Thank you, Frozen. Thank you.
Yep.
We're part owned by Disney.
Yeah, it's legal.
Yeah.
We can sing that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
Jealous. All people in chat, get out of town. I'm done with you.
Yep.
I'm done with you.
So You have learned
right.
nothing, I imagine, from this conversation because we don't know any more than anybody else when it comes to $2.5 billion software acquisitions. So anyone...
Minecraft Let's Players are concerned. That's all.
They are concerned... Okay, so they actually do have a decent reason to be concerned because Microsoft has not exactly been brilliant when it comes to having those carte blanche licenses for people to monetize their game content. If I recall correctly, Halo had some stuff on YouTube where they're saying, yeah, you can't do that. If I recall correctly, yes. I'll have to look up the specifics of this. Halo, YouTube, monetization. Rooster Teeth had a warning. Yeah, there was a warning put up on...
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Rash Manic. That's all I'm saying is they should be grateful and thankful for what they have and not fucking
Someone
douchebags.
said once Passenger gets made, we can sell
That's all
it
I'm
for
saying.
$3 billion.
How do you know that they weren't grateful for it?
And here's they aren't.
All
Are we
they've
back on
done-
this? I thought we'd pretty much fucking
And
ended
here's the
this
thing,
topic.
done
that's
is
fine.
walk
That's
away
fine.
from
Dodger
it.
and Crendor can take their share of the money. They're $1 billion and go off in the mountains or whatever the fuck they do. And I'll live a great life, enjoying the fact that gave you a great game that people love. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. We did make a great game. Thank you so much for playing it. I'm so honored you love it so much. I'm not gonna
Enjoy saying that
disappear.
for 10 fucking years over and over and over again when you've moved on from it and other people haven't.
Yeah, you'll be just sitting behind your computer being like, thanks, guys. I'll be on Shark Tank, like, funding stuff, making money.
Funding shit.
This is just like those guys, actors who were in like sitcoms and they had that one line and they're like, I'll never say that line again. You're those people. And then there's the actors who embrace it and they're like, you know what? That was my thing. And I embrace that was my thing. That's the difference here. You're the guy who won't do it. You're the guy at the restaurant who won't do it when someone's like, say your line, Shazam. And you're like, no, I refuse to. I'm an actor now. I refuse. And I will be like, Shazam. That's the difference between us.
No, you embrace your things, but you move on top of that.
Nope.
You can be a Shark Tank guy, and every
That, and I'm
time
also
somebody
gonna
does it,
strongly
you go,
disagree.
Z, I just funded you.
Nope.
I strongly disagree
You
with the
have.
overriding feeling that you have to be grateful for something that you created yourself.
I'm not grateful for
shouldn't it be the
that.
other way around? Like,
It's
they're
not
supposed to be
grateful
grateful
for
to
that.
you
It's
for
grateful
making it?
It's grateful for the response. You're thankful that those people
Appreciation
are
of
so into the
success.
game. You're so appreciative of without them being like, we love what you made, it would just be another shit game. And so you're being thankful
but if
to
you
them and
didn't make a shit
appreciative.
game in the first place, then that wouldn't be a problem. I mean, if you build it,
Well,
they
there
will
are plenty
come,
of
right?
great games that don't get
Fair. Fair.
eyeballs on them.
Yeah.
But I think just what all we're saying, Jesse, is that you should be able to, once you have enough money to like walk away and live a quiet life, you should have the option
Then
to do
walk
that
away.
if you want.
Then walk away and live a quiet life without getting in a last douchey word about how for some reason it's too much to bear. Or
Oh,
for
please.
some, you know,
If you fucking disappeared from the internet and you had a following like Notch, people would be tracking you down at your fucking house.
great.
There's no...
Great. That's their prerogative.
Are you kidding me?
That's their prerogative. People are going to do that anyway. Nutball people exist everywhere, but you should
Right,
have
so,
to,
you know, we shouldn't
have
take
to
any
tell people-
precautions against nutball people whatsoever because nutballs exist, right? Come on.
Why would not? So by not saying I'm done.
How
that's
dare
somehow
he
gonna
explain his
prevent
point
it?
of view?
That's somehow going to prevent it? False. That's stupid. That's
It'll
really
certainly
dumb.
fucking help rather than disappearing randomly.
No,
Yeah,
that's stupid
disappearing
as
off
shit.
the face of the earth is going to make so many basement Columbos just be like,
If
like,
you go off the grid for a
lose it.
week as even a semi-prominent YouTuber, people think you're dead. If you do it as Notch, holy fuck. There will be search parties out. There will be fucking helicopters.
That's
helicopters.
But here's the thing: he won't disappear for good. He will be doing other things, and he'll show up in different places, and and no one's gonna be like, "Oh, where'd he go?" You don't have to constantly update the internet on your life
He
and what you're
made
doing.
one blog post. That wasn't constantly updating anybody.
Whatever. That's
Probably made
stupid.
it from his helicopter.
Helicopter. I want to
Alright,
start
can we
pronouncing it
move
that
on
way.
to the point that Dodger actually made earlier, which was the idea that, yes, Minecraft
YouTuber thing?
YouTubers are concerned. And there is a reason why, because a couple of years back in 2012, October 2012, Microsoft put up some rules in regards to Halo 4 monetization on YouTube, yeah? And they were saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I don't know if that is still the case, because as with many of these things, especially considering I don't do console content, so I've never been affected by this, that sort of stuff just kind of fades into the background. The outrage eventually fades away, and a lot of these companies rely on that. So I think we would have to actually... Muzza Fuzzy used to do Halo stuff, didn't he? Does he still do that?
Muzza doesn't do anything
God,
anymore.
Muzza doesn't do
anything.
No.
Does nothing anymore.
Can you think of a...
He tweets something like vaguely hilarious sometimes. And that's like
he
as much as I ever see of
the
him.
Fucking planet, didn't he? But I'm trying to think of like prominent Halo YouTuber. Can you?
Do those still exist? Are those still real?
They're like leprechauns.
Like, where the fuck did Team Noble go? They vanished off the face of the planet. Oh no!
Are you gonna get on the internet? Did the internet look into that, TB?
I'm looking at it.
Did the basement Sherlocks or where the fuck they're called? Do they search?
I imagine they probably did, but since I'm not part of the goddamn Halo scene,
is there a Reddit topic on that information? Because I feel like that would have been important. Because they just dropped it on the face of the earth and everyone had to go look for them, or no one gave a shit. Which is more
or you're not part of the audience that would have given a shit.
Yeah, are you part of their community to know what the community did?
Do you know? Do you know?
No, because I'm not part of the Halo community and I don't attest to know. You attest to know.
No one gave research thought on that.
I'm pretty sure they fucking did. You just didn't hear it.
No. Sorry. No one did. I'm not gonna even fall for that fallacy in argument.
Phallic.
False.
Phallic.
You were about to say
helicopter.
phallic and we were going to go back to Crendor's focaccia nonsense.
Yeah. Focaccia.
Listen.
I mean, outside of Rooster Teeth, and they have done all sorts of different things. I think it's a valid concern because Microsoft have apparently someone tweeted some fair use stuff at me, which is of no use because I don't control my Twitter, so I can't read that. If you wish to link the fair use in the chat, you can do that. You won't get banned for it. Like, there is no ban on links in the chat for subscribers. I would like to see that fair use policy. There are a lot of channels that have built their business on Minecraft footage, Minecraft content that. Hugely successful gaming channels. I find a new 3 million subscriber YouTube channel about Minecraft every week. I do. It's crazy. I'm like, who is this guy?
It's still so big, yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty huge. And I'm going to say this, guys. If you attach your success to one game, that is a very bad business decision. Me and Jesse, and to some extent Crendor, can tell you about that because we all did WoW in a big way, particularly me and Jesse. That's how we got our partnership in the first place, and we both transitioned away from it because we realized sticking to one game was a really bad idea.
That's why you just go with the whole company, Blizzard.
I mean, even that's a bad idea. What happens if Blizzard fucks up too many times and then they lose their popularity, and then you've attached your business success to a company?
That won't happen.
You say that.
Happen.
You say that.
I'll at least be like 40 years old.
Yeah, maybe. But like people like Maxis and the guys behind like SimCity used to be untouchable. There were plenty of companies that used to be untouchable. In BioWare has started to kind of go down that route. After people said, oh, Mass Effect 3 is not so good, and
That's why you build a personality instead of just a thing over a game.
Yeah, so someone linked me this thing, and it didn't actually cover it was about, it seems like game content usage rules. It talks about, let's see, you may post your item to a page or website that has advertising, but only if you don't earn any money from that advertising. Does that apply to YouTube? It's hard to say. You may post your video item, let's see, hang on. For example, if you post your video to YouTube or Vimeo, there happens to be an advertisement next to it, then as long as you don't get paid for that advertisement. So basically, according to Xbox game content usage rules, which covers all versions of Halo, Forza, Fable, lol. Yeah.
Lol.
That's quite amusing, because in theory, my Fable video, according to their rules, I can't monetize that, which of course is bullshit, because fair use trumps you assholes. This set of rules is irrelevant there. But they still have this up. They still have this here. It's okay. But enrolling in the YouTube Partner Program or other similar programs where you are entering into an agreement to get paid is not allowed. So in theory, if you post Halo footage and you're part of Polaris, you're not allowed to do that, according to Microsoft rules that are still there to this very day. So if people are concerned about this Microsoft thing, they have a damn good reason to be. because that policy is one of the least friendly policies to video creators that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Very unfriendly. Most companies don't even have this. Like, even like crazy companies like EA don't have this. Yeah. EA went the other route. That's like, make videos. We'll even give you money to do it. Here, join Ronku. We're going to throw fucking cash at you.
Yeah.
Microsoft's like, fuck you. You want to make videos about our content? Better not be making any money off it. Might as well be a nice little slave to our game.
It's so weird. It's so weird the how slow it is for companies to see us as like advertising. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's strange to me.
It's just a lot of them are like old-minded. They don't see, like, they see YouTube and stuff as people are viewing the game, and so they don't want to play the game. Like,
That's dumb,
I don't
though.
want to play it because I've already watched someone play it, so why should I buy it?
Which
And that's
is
how they
bullshit.
view it.
It's like the
Yeah.
entire success
Yeah.
of Minecraft is based wholly on YouTube.
It's
Yeah.
Like
Some
YouTube and
sort of excuse
4chan,
for, like-
actually. Let's be fair. YouTube and 4chan blew that game up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of excuse for like demos. When they're like, oh, we don't want to put out a demo because then like you'll have already played it. And it's like, would a demo like ruin the experience of the full game? Then you haven't made a very good game. You know? Like,
I know.
It's kind of weird as well because there's some very strange exceptions. Because remember, Microsoft did the whole XB1M13 thing. So they threw money at YouTubers secretly, which apparently was Machinima's fault, not Microsoft. And they made monetized videos about that. So it almost seems like we're going to put this out here to cover our ass, but we're not going to enforce this shit.
right.
I haven't heard, but the thing is, like, I don't know of people that still make Halo videos. So I don't know, are people still making Halo videos? Are they making money from Halo videos? So the latest version of Halo is what, Halo 4? Okay. Well, the Rad Brad did a campaign mission walkthrough about a year ago. Is it monetized? Yup. It is. So they didn't, the Rad Brad, yeah, that's fully monetized. So it looks to me like people just ignored that, and Microsoft
Yeah.
didn't do anything about it. It may be that Machinima has an agreement with Microsoft. It may be that, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It might be also that they have laws in place, but they don't have an intention to follow up on it unless somebody's abusing it somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I imagine Rooster Teeth has an agreement with Microsoft. They've done a bunch of promo stuff with them.
yeah, I'm
No doubt
sure.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's odd. There is a good reason to be concerned about it, but I'm going to say this again. If you build your channel solely on one thing, you are setting yourself up for disaster. Because if I can rely on anything, it's these companies doing something fucking stupid. And I would not want to tie my success to that at all. Ever.
It's
Yeah.
ebb and flow of YouTube. That's what it is. Those people who everyone saw that Minecraft got a lot of views. God bless it, it does. It still does.
Still does,
You'll
yeah.
constantly see Minecraft people shoot up in subscribers and views all the time. And when their meal train runs out, great, tough. Learn to expand or die. It's evolution, kids.
Well-
so I have no concern over that. What I do have an issue with is companies who are like, oh, if you play our games, then no one will buy our games. First off,
bullshit.
it's bullshit. First off, most people who play games, especially playthroughs, you get a lot of comments that like, I watched this, but I didn't buy it or whatever. Most of those people would never have bought it to begin
Bought it
with.
in the beginning. It's similar to the piracy argument, but it's even more ridiculous than that. It's like if someone pirates a game, they probably aren't going to buy it, sure, but they may not have been intending to buy it in the first place. Their lost sale is a phantom. It's not real. But there's plenty of people that play a game and watch a Let's Play, or play a game because they watched a Let's Play.
And I mean, and then the other part is, just look at Let's Play views. It doesn't matter who the Let's Player is. Look at all of them. First video, there's a ton of views, and just goes downhill from there. And the reason why,
And then
is
it
because
comes back up at the finale because people want to watch the end, right?
People either go out and buy it themselves, or they're not interested.
Yeah.
Because unless you're someone who's going to upload all 40 parts in 2 days, no one's going to watch all that. And most of the time, they won't watch it anyway. And so developers they're just scared about what it means and they don't understand it. And like most things you don't understand, it's a little worrisome when they're like, oh, I don't get it. That's,
I mean, if you look from their perspective, especially like a solo developer, when they see their game just kind of being played on YouTube, and in particular, let's take Phil Fish as the most extreme example we can of someone that fucking lost his shit and shouted about people making money off his game. Like, why is he mad about it? Because some people have really large audiences and make a ton of money, and some of these YouTubers, in fact, a decent amount of YouTubers, are making more than these indie devs are. And people's like, that's not fair. Welcome to real life. It isn't fair. That's if you can't base your opinion of someone's job on your imagined meritocracy. It's not. Right. Is it fair that a pop star makes more than a nurse that has to clean out fucking colostomy bags? No, it's not. But also that doesn't matter because there's a reason why that pop star makes money, because they have a huge audience and they could sell a lot of stuff.
That's why people get mad with like athletes, like oh, athletes make so much money, it's unfair. Teachers and stuff, but it's like you're giving them that money by watching them, by going to the places.
Yeah, because you know who they are.
Buying the
and then brand is
if
the value.
They didn't get it, then the owners would get it, and they'd just be even more rich. So it's like,
I
mean, on YouTube, it's like we don't make money off you. We don't take your money. We make money because we have a large audience, and that audience has value to the advertisers.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing in the comments when I got that stuff sent to me from Intel and Asus.
Oh, yeah, I read that, yeah.
People were like, oh, Jesse, you don't deserve this. And even in the video, it's like, I'm not sure I deserve any of this. But it has nothing to do with what I think I deserve or what you think I deserve.
Of your audience.
The audience size that like they saw the people and they said, shit, people will watch this video. Let's send him stuff. It's
like you don't pull marketing moves on someone that doesn't have an audience to market to. You know?
Right. Yeah.
If you look at it that way, and if you look at the pure numbers, it's actually totally fair. But I understand why some people don't look at it that way. Absolutely. I mean,
going back to marketing and the market, and what we talked about with Minecraft just now is the people have Minecraft channels. You know, this must be the unsympathetic Jesse podcast because I have zero. No, I mean I have zero
Salt
sympathy
Jesse.
because TB and I. I remember vividly when Cataclysm came out and watching our views steadily decline after the release of that. And it was either you push hard into WoW stuff and do more and more WoW stuff, or you change. And change at that time literally almost killed my channel because I lost audience because no one wanted to watch the new stuff. So I had to regain everything. And I busted my ass for like 14 hours a day making new content. And so that's how you survive. That's how you change and you survive on YouTube, is by constantly updating what you do and who you are. And so you can't ever just be like, once you become stagnant, you can watch views drop again. You have to keep changing it up and be new and creative. And that bell curve might be bigger and longer for some people depending on what they do. Like, I remember when StarCraft videos were the shit on YouTube, and everyone had a StarCraft video and everyone had StarCraft channels, and then that slowly died off. Minecraft eventually, and I've said it for years, you can't latch onto one thing. And I give the Yogscast credit. They constantly do other things besides Minecraft, and in fact, they're probably doing less Minecraft than usual. But with that said, you can see their Minecraft videos have exponentially more views than everything else they do. And it's because that's what they're based on. And I feel like all these guys who are jumping into Minecraft are jumping in at the very end of its life cycle. And it might not be next week, and it probably won't be. And it might not be next year, and it probably won't be. But eventually there's a point where they're going to lose out long term. And all I'm saying is, for YouTubers, think of your future and don't be
diversify your bonds.
Think ahead. I'm constantly trying to think ahead, even though it doesn't seem like it. I am perpetually in that mode, and all I'm saying is there are times where you need to reevaluate. And if people lose out on this Minecraft decision because no one saw this coming, and then poof, it was there. If you don't plan ahead for stuff like that, you're screwed. And all I'm saying is, if that's like, it's my bread and butter, I'm gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna go down with the ship. You're like those guys on the Titanic, just playing as you go down. Great. See you at the bottom, guys. Enjoy.
But at the same time, you need to enjoy it still. Because, like, I don't play WoW for, like, oh, I'm going to get all these numbers. I still play it, like, make videos and stuff because I enjoy it. Because people are like, why don't you make machinimas of other games? I'm like, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm putting less Hearthstone videos out now, even though Hearthstone is ridiculously profitable for me. It's because I'm playing less Hearthstone. I don't want to force myself to play it to make a video because it won't be as good. Because I won't be enjoying myself, and it won't be as entertaining. Right now, I'm playing more Dota and Heroes of the Storm and a few other things. I'm not making Heroes of the Storm videos because I don't want to make Heroes of the Storm videos. I could, but I just like playing that game.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people are like, why don't you record it? It's like, because sometimes I just don't want to like record.
Oh, they always say that about whenever I'm like with you or with any of the other guys. Like, there's a stream running. It's like, TB, why aren't you streaming? Because I just wanted to play the game. Like, if someone else at the game wants to stream it, that's cool. But I don't want to do that.
And that I mean, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is there's a liberating feeling of not having a video running. Because if I'm playing, especially a MOBA or something, and I have a video running, I am less thinking about enjoying myself and more thinking about, like, if this video goes online, they're going to be like, you're not in your lane and you're doing this wrong.
Well, it's the first thing they got to complain about.
It kills the fun instantly. And so you're like, sometimes I just don't want, like, I'll gladly play. I'll gladly be in the background of Crendor's stream and just be like, I'm making funny noises and killing things and going, Hyperion! And I like, it's great. It's sometimes
and I can
really
swear. I just love being able to swear my head off and say. Although I always ask, is anyone streaming this? Just before I was like, can I say horrible things to my friends and not offend the internet? That's even a problem. Like when we're just kind of ribbing each other as friends who are playing a game and we're just like insulting each other's skill, and people get mad about it in the YouTube comments. Like, guys, we're
God,
friends insult friends. Like, have you not had friends? Like. You insult each other all the time. That's the bonds of a friendship right now.
I feel so bad every time I play a game with any of my guy friends in a video, because if they give me any shit whatsoever,
the White Knights
all of my viewers are like, leave her alone. She's never played this before. And I'm like, guys, you need to calm down.
I am a grown-up. I can handle it. It's okay.
I'm a grown lady person.
Yeah. Like it's that. I mean, that's also the fun of games like especially co-op games and multiplayer games, especially competitive multiplayer games. When you're playing against friends, it's okay to lose your shit and be like, even like when
Crendor, just letting off steam. It's great.
Yeah. Team Low Expectations, we would yell at Husky all the time. We'd be like, Husky, God, you suck so bad. And he's like, guys, I'm trying to play. And we're like, oh, you're the worst.
I play the piss out of Stripping all the time. I call him a Southern Fairy constantly. In every game we play. And every hook he misses with fucking stitches, I always get on him about it. It's fun. I don't mean it. Yeah. Come on.
It's funny. And they know you're not
let it out.
Like, serious.
Let out the rage. And that's that, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
like I said.
Well, there was the guy who actually apologized, and I'll give him credit for that, who claimed that I was abusing my family in the Sims videos, like because I was insulting Jen and doing stuff like that, and like making jokes at the expense of my family, that I was a horrible human being. Like, what? No, like the basis of my relationship with my wife is that we constantly banter. Like that's how we ended up like dating and then marrying in the first place, because she was like one of the only people that I ever kind of met that was able to constantly like give me shit and like take shit in the same way that I can, and I like that.
If you have a group of friends, if you have a group of friends that doesn't give each other a hard time, that is, I would watch those people.
Weird.
They will kill you in your sleep. Those people are not your friends. They are waiting to kill you. Those are psychopaths. If they don't give you shit and you don't give them shit back, that's not real friendship. That is some crazy they will eat you kind of friendship. They will eat your arm off in your sleep.
Yeah.
Watch out for them.
Well, then it's like with YouTube, like when you did Cataclysm videos, a lot of your audience and views are coming from just people wanting to know about the game. They don't care about your personality as like, oh man, I really want to follow this guy. They might watch you over other people because they like you more, but they're not going to be like...
the Great Arms Race with Cataclysm, wasn't it? Me and Jesse were in that Great Arms Race. We were the two leaders in the Great Arms Race. We were always competing to try and find...
Always trying to get an MMO champion.
Yeah, always trying to get an MMO champion, which was weird because I actually looked at the stats later and I found the MMO champion gave me like 10% of my views maybe, but... Like, we were always competing to find that next big quest that would blow up, and Jesse got fucking Day Deathwing came, and I've been salty about it for 4 fucking years. Like, and I got so salty about it that I actively, like, tried to brainwash people into believing that Welcome to the Machine is a better quest than that. Because I'm like, fuck Jesse! I've got to prove to everybody. And then I got Plants vs. Zombies before Yogscast did, and before you did, and I nailed that, and that ended up, like, blowing up and shit. It was actually crazy, but nobody was watching for us at that time. We may have acquired some...
Yeah.
Okay, here's the best comparison is go to any channel that got really famous about doing one particular thing. Now look at the times when they tried to do something that's not that thing, and look at the view difference. Because eventually you have to build the audience so they'll accept multiple kinds of content, because that's how you survive, yeah? But if you go and look at it, like early on when I did WTF Is, when I first started it, compared to my Cataclysm content, it was getting like 1/5 of the views. Like at that, it may be not even that, you know? And eventually I slowly, over the course of years, was able to build up that kind of thing. But yeah, that's a nice piece of advice to anyone that wants to do this whole YouTube thing. Diversify early and get people in based on, make people believe that you are someone worth listening to.
Yeah. It's all about personality.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Or ASMR.
I don't know what that means.
You know what
People keep
ASMR
telling
is?
me to make ASMR
ASMR?
videos. I refuse to do it.
ASMR is the sounds.
Of
Just the sounds.
Anything, potentially.
Like, for 20 minutes.
ASMR videos are like videos that people will put on to go to sleep.
I really
they're
like
like-
ASMR.
they're like
I've listened to,
really-
I have not
Calming,
found
soft
a
spoken
single
videos
ASMR
or
type.
just
fuck.
sounds.
I take everything back. Notch, I'm going with you. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm out.
Oh, man.
I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
I've never found an ASMR video that actually gave me those tingles that people talk about. Like the missus has several kinds of ASMR videos that she can listen to and will calm her down and will let her go to sleep. I haven't got anything like that.
I like nail tapping ones. Nail tapping's good. I also like pen writing.
What? That
Like,
would
just, like,
drive me
the
fucking insane.
I hate all of
Listening to
those
20 minutes of just.
It's so relaxing. And then-
Why? You're just waiting for the next nail to hit. What if they pause? I would go insane if they paused.
So Dodgy,
like-
we just revealed your OCD here. Like,
Oh God! It would.
Or like scratching like this.
Wait, so it's not people like I can understand if someone has a voice that calms them down.
it's that too. That is a thing
That too.
Oh, I know
That's
that's
just
look.
any audible sound.
Joanne. Joanne on YouTube. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Joanne is your ASMR.
Knocks me out. But it's a person talking about boring things, and that just makes me go to sleep.
That's an
Right?
ASMR thing.
But no, you're like, if someone was typing on like a keyboard, that would drive me crazy.
But
That
some
would
people
put me to
will.
sleep.
I made it. Everybody, if you want some keyboard noise, type in keyboard ASMR. I'm like one of the top ones, and it's just me typing. It's just for 25 minutes or 20 minutes
That's
or something.
amazing.
Because I like keyboard typing noise. And there's people like, oh man, I've been looking for something like this for so long. And then there's other people like, there's other people just like, this is so dumb. And they're like, you don't get it.
well, because it's highly subjective.
I'm gonna make a keyboard
Yeah.
ASMR video.
So there's like other noises I've heard.
It'll
where I'm
be
like,
called
"Ooh."
In Response to Crendor.
Like
Good.
some
I want to make
people
one.
really
I want to
like.
make one too called the Better Keyboard.
Yeah, let's all make keyboard ASMR videos.
I'll use it
yeah.
to market my keyboard sponsor, WASADkeyboards.com. Yeah. Go check that out.
That's what mine will be.
God,
I
your
got a nice
keyboards are so
mechanical
damn
keyboard
loud.
right here.
Why are you so
No, that Libido
loud?
shit.
Them
Well,
damn Cherry
I mean,
MX
I have an
switches.
ASMR channel. It's Goodnight Crendor. I haven't uploaded to it in like a year though. But I mean, I might now.
Oh, I want to make a
knows?
channel called Cocks in Your Bed. Done. Oh shit! The internet already made it. Damn it! Why do I open my mouth? I know someone's already made that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's too late. You lost that trademark forever.
Lost it. But there's other noises like I'll hear people like where it's like crinkling paper. Like they're just
Yeah, something like that.
and I'm like, ugh. Then other people are like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Someone actually posted the I read horrible things said about me on the Steam forums in a smooth jazz voice to ASMR boards because they found it relaxing.
Amazing.
And that's people calling me like a cocksucker and a piece of shit and a liar and a fake and everything. This was all over like my opinion on a game or some shit. And it's like, oh god, that's so relaxing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, it's a zero-sum game. Like, it drives me insane, but it relaxes you.
So there
So,
you go.
you know,
Don't go
I-
into games. Games, you're in a. It's way too
I
hard.
died
Just
so
go into
you might
ASMR.
live. You know, I'm not saying that I'm Jesus. I'm just.
Go on.
Right.
I have like more computer ability than Jesus would. So like, I'm not saying that I'm Jesus.
And you got more
but
money than him.
I've more. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Or YouTube money.
Although adjusted for inflation, that might not be true. So who knows?
Yeah. Inflation.
Should we do the releases?
We could do that. Yeah. Is there any other news that we want to talk about? I don't.
I don't know.
Was there anything in particular that's kind of happened over the last few days? I mean, it seems like it's mostly just been talk about Destiny, talk about Destiny, talk about Destiny, talk about Destiny. There was actually something about Destiny, although again, like it's sourced from Kotaku. I'm not 100% sure if it's accurate or not, because apparently an old contract involving Destiny from a couple of years back, a legal document that popped up in the Activision court battle with Vince Zampella and Jason West, had a clause that Bungie would receive a $2.5 million bonus if the first Destiny title achieved at least 90% on game rankings within 30 days. But it looks like the clause was pretty out of date, and it also refers to the Xbox 360. So
Xbox 360.
Well, yeah, because I mean, this was written in 2012, probably even before that. Like it was because Bungie signed a 10-year contract with Activision in 2010, yeah, and there was a bonus clause. And we've heard about these kind of things before. There was a bonus clause for Obsidian with Fallout New Vegas, the famous case where they all lost out on a bunch of money because the Metacritic rating was 1 point lower than the clause stated it had to be. Yeah,
That Metacritic.
I mean, if that is the case, then I'm sorry, but frankly, writing Metacritic clauses might be the stupidest shit I've ever heard of when it comes to AAA games publishing. That is the dumbest. I mean, it is. Think about it for a second. Like, here's an example, very recent example. Let's say that the developers of Dead Rising 3 on PC had a clause. Yeah? And let's say that clause said you've got to get 75. They would have very easily got 75 Metacritic if GameSpot hadn't rated it a 3 out of 10, and most of their complaints seem to be focused on the idea that they believe the game is sexist. So are you telling me that clause is reasonable when a writer, one person from GameSpot, can tank that rating so much based on his own personal agenda, whatever that might be, and have whatever personal agenda you want, as long as you're completely open and honest about it. But, I mean, the whole system's just fucking stupid! Like, here's an arbitrary score! This determines how much you got paid. Who thinks that's a good idea? Name one person. One.
Yeah.
And his name is not allowed to be Bobby Kotick. One person that isn't Bobby Kotick that believes that's a good idea. Of course not. Because that would involve you being fucking crazy.
Yep.
Insane bastards. Like, if I get accreditation on Metacritic, I could literally use that to fuck with people's livelihood. Literally.
That's true.
It's
and
ridiculous.
Then you can, wait, so like that GameStop guy that did that, he could be even taking
GameSpot.
bribes from like rival competitor games that are like, yeah, tank that game, get it down.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Get down.
Well, I mean, that could happen even if you didn't give a score. The thing is that Metacritic gives so much power to a score that it's just fucking unreasonable. And frankly, the only way to beat that is to stop using Metacritic and stop putting so much value on scores in the first place. Read what the guy has to say.
Anyway.
Maybe that guy has a valid point. I actually did read I read his review. I don't agree with it, but it's a perspective, right? Cool. You have the perspective. You have the belief that this is sexist. Okay, you hold that belief. I don't agree with you, and I would argue with you if I could be fucking bothered. But you can have that opinion, and that's fine. But when when that affects the score, and when that like tanks a Metacritic rating, and somehow Metacritic is valuable, and when Valve puts fucking Metacritic scores on games in the storefront, like Valve gives them so much artificial value by doing that. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's why I always just look at user scores, because there's like so many of them that they kind of just balance into a pretty decent average.
I only look at user scores. Yeah.
But they're bad as well, because the only user scores that seem to exist are 0 and 10.
but they usually balance into something, at least. Like, they usually average into something that's decent for the game.
But there's some.
I ignore
I feel like
every
flipping.
Here's what I do with scores, right? User scores. I ignore everything that says 0 and 10, and then I read everything that's not that.
Yeah.
But even those, like the reasons that they got an 8 out of 10 are very like, most user scores are very flippant reasons, like things that are just annoyed that user and really aren't problems with the game per se. Sometimes, like the whole thing is just, I haven't been to any big review sites in like I just don't do it anymore. If it sounds cool and word of mouth is awesome, I'm like, all right, I'll try it. But I just can't be asked anymore. Reviews are in general just awful. Just
It's because people are just bad at doing it. That's like Yelp. You read Yelp, someone's like, I went into this place and it was cold in there. I give it a 0 out of 10 because I got cold.
Well,
like,
Yelp has
okay.
even more problems because wasn't a recent ruling that Yelp is perfectly within its rights to take money to alter scores?
Oh, yeah.
That
I
was
did
a
hear
recent U.S. court ruling. So that
Yeah.
should tell you how valuable Yelp is.
Fuck.
But even in Yelp, most reviews, especially people reviews, when people aren't paid to look at things, most of the time it's either it was so good that it was worth taking the time to write a review, or it was so bad that they just want to let them know.
Yeah.
Like
People
most
that just had a decent
don't-
meal aren't going to write about that, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you always hear like and that translates to what we do. Most of the comments are either going to be like, great, or like 90% of the people who watch aren't ever going to say a thing. And that's
Yeah.
just, where we're at. And so you can't look at reviews like that anymore, especially when people just, I don't know. Metacritic is the worst. Fucking the worst.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, I expected this to be in the game, and it wasn't, so it gets a 1 out of 10.
So
'cause I wanted this one item.
boo.
But playing devil's advocate for a second, it's not the score that's valuable there. It's the person saying, well, I expected this because maybe someone else has that expectation.
Yeah.
The weird thing about media in general is that people like and dislike media for some of the most arbitrary, ridiculous, subjective reasons. But they're entirely entitled not to like it for those reasons. And other people may also not like it for that reason. Some people believe that my unwillingness to play games at 30 frames per second is unreasonable bullshit. They've gone out of their way to say that online. It's like, you are unreasonable. Like, you are a snob. You are elitist. This is not a good reason. But for a great deal of people, it is a good reason. We might be a minority, but that is pertinent information, That's very important for some people
I think
to
it's
know.
more about finding people that like the same things as you do and following their reviews, because then you know it's going to be more catered towards what you actually do like and dislike.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's easy to do on YouTube.
Yeah, or do the opposite. Find someone that likes shit you hate. That's a wonderful barometer.
Yeah.
If I want to know I'm not going to like a game, I'm going to watch someone that loves console shooters on controller at 30 frames per second. It's like, yep, I know it. If he likes it, I'm going to hate it, and vice versa. It's like, the cinematic feel of this game just isn't there. I found the keyboard and mouse controls to be like far too precise, and it ruined my action movie feel. Anyone said that, it's like, this is going to be great. Let's go.
Yeah.
This game just has way too many FOV sliders for me.
Oh, yeah.
So many FOV sliders.
It's just an entire
It's just a
menu.
game where you manage FOV sliders. That's the game.
It's like 10 FOV sliders.
Options menu
like,
simulator would be...
is there an options menu simulator? Because there should be.
Yeah. I think if you want to play Options Menu Simulator, go and play Serious Sam 3. It has so many fucking options, you just get lost. It's like 3 pages. Like, I don't know what half of this means. And I do this for a living.
Actually, I might take back what I said about following people's opinions on things. Didn't the guys who make Goat Simulator make like $5 million? Like the 2 dudes made like,
They made
something
a lot
insane.
of money
Like
off that thing.
people don't know what they want. I don't. God,
Well, no, I mean,
know
it's true.
what?
People
Your
didn't know
gut.
what they want. Like, when the iPad was coming out, people's like, that's stupid. No one's going to fucking buy it. Most successful tablet ever made.
Yep.
People say the same thing about the watch now. I don't know. I'm not going to
It'll
make
blow
any
up.
assumptions.
It will blow up. Just like people were saying, like you saw the comments after the release when they were talking about the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, and everyone was like, they're playing catch up, and it's they're not even as good as what Samsung has out right now.
True,
What did they say? Like something like
but-
6 million were sold, pre-ordered already.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Samsung does a lot of stuff, but a lot of that stuff people don't actually care about.
right.
Yeah.
A lot of that functionality is not relevant to people.
Yeah, well, that's why I just rather use like iPhone. Like, it's not because I'm like, the Android can do more, because it can do more. It's just I don't want to do any of the things I can do. Like, I'm just
Also-
like, I just
also
want
the
to check
Android
email
interface, I
and
hate.
Twitter, and I hate the.
I'm the
hate
opposite.
it.
I love the Android interface. I love the Google functionality that's built in. It's fantastic. I've used Android phones for the longest time. I'll probably keep doing that, but I won't use Android tablets. I use an iPad daily. Do I use I use my Shield tablet if I want to do things like streaming games or very specific Android stuff that requires a lot of power. It's a very, very niche in comparison to my iPad, which is a general everyday use thing.
That's why it just comes down to preference and what you do and all that type of stuff.
Yep, and that's how you should take reviews and critiques and opinions, you know. Find out what the person likes and doesn't like and base your opinion relative to theirs, even if your opinion is not the same. That's how you determine how you're going to like things. That's why it's important to get to know the person that's reviewing or critiquing a title. Find out what they're like. They're a person, so don't
That's why
treat
people
them
like
as a machine.
YouTube stuff more than like writers, because like
Absolutely.
when you watch, and I think when you watch a video too, it's you can judge yourself because you're seeing it all happen in front of you instead of reading an article. I think that's one of the biggest reasons.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Watching 45 minutes of raw, uncut gameplay is far more fucking valuable than reading what some twat has to say in a blog, you know?
They include press release pictures. By the way, I'm seriously, I'm going to let everyone in on the best thing on the internet. Once you start getting press passes to things and stuff like that, you start getting in on mailing lists. And the mailing lists are basically like, this is what we want you to say about our game. And then you go look at websites, and it's exactly what was in that mailing list.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going on. That's what's happening.
Yep.
So when people are like, we have an awesome sneak preview of what happened in X game on our website today, it's just someone from that company emailed them a few pictures and was like, here's some things you should talk about.
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of those press releases, too. And a lot of websites just post the press release with some meaningless commentary with it.
I never even look at those. I just see them and they're just like, here's my thing, advertisement. I just see it as an advertisement.
Well,
That's all it is.
I mean, well, they've got to get the word out somehow, right? I mean, they distribute that way because the news then disseminates to the public through websites.
Yeah, but it's like it's better when it's like legit directed at you, like personally. Like, hey,
yeah, but
check
that's
out my
very
thing.
rare, you know.
But that's what gets people's attention
Yeah,
more.
but there's hundreds of people that have to. Yeah, there's not. It's like, say the developer of Stanley Parable did that like custom demo for Game Grumps. He couldn't have done 100 custom demos for different fucking for different channels. That's not going to happen. Like, you've got to be very specific with your targeting. There's one PR firm right now that is pestering me to do this one particular game, and I'm not going to name it because hate and so on and so forth. But that was personalized. That was very personalized to me, and it got my attention. I'm probably still not doing it, but it got my attention. But they can't do that to everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, they can send an
Sid
email.
Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. I'm not joking. I played that game like I think 160 hours. It's like nonstop.
jeez.
I love it
It was
so much.
pretty cool. I mean, we can't talk about it though because
We can't talk about it, but it also never mind. Shit.
You can't.
There are many good and bad things about the game. One day I will talk about.
Embargoes.
Not now.
likely in 10 days,
Likely on the 26th. Yes. Likely that day I will talk about it.
but maybe not as well.
Yep. That's the same with me with Gauntlet and Stronghold Crusader 2 right now. Very similar
Stronghold
situation.
Crusader too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gauntlet. Oh, I could say things about that too, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm bargained on that. Although, if you have review code, really, you need to play together because that game is designed for co-op.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can say about it. Anyway, let's do releases. Because Dodger's itching to get the fuck out of here, I think.
Danae sent me a cinder kitten, and I can't wait to put it in the
Are
game.
you effing kidding me?
Using
I'd
the
complain.
podcast to get free shit.
I'd complain, but I get
Only
Hearthstone
cats!
packs
I want the
before.
cat lady title so bad.
You guys are so effing gross. Using fans to get free shit. That is disgusting. That is so disgusting. I don't get what your problem is, Dodger. You're just a big dick.
Dick? All right, so releases. Today,
Yes. Releases.
we have Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call for 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
We have Run Like Hell for PlayStation Network Vita. I don't know what that is.
Me either.
I assume it's about running. I think it might be
I
on
mean,
Steam,
probably.
actually. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Steam, too. Was I wrong?
Run. Hell game.
Actually, I might be wrong with that. That's a shame. Okay.
Hunt or be hunted. Oh, it was a PlayStation 2 game. I guess it's
Hunter be hunted. PlayStation 2 still has games being made.
No, it's like an
No,
old PlayStation 2
Crendor.
game that's being
Okay.
put on PlayStation
Let me
Network.
introduce you to the idea of a port.
Yeah.
Kickbeat Special Edition for Wii U and PS4.
Nice.
Fairy Fencer F for PlayStation 3.
Oh, is that a porn game? Because
What's that? I hope
very
so.
much doubt it.
Fairy
Bone
Fencer
Town?
F.
Bone Town.
No Bone Town.
It has cute girls so far.
Go on.
Oh, man.
Wait, are they cute or are they like sexy?
They're cute.
All
They're
right,
like
pass.
they're like Lolita girls.
Pass.
A long time ago, there was a conflict between a goddess and an evil god,
Pass.
etc. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution for PlayStation 3. That's like the entire backsplash on Steam right now.
It's a fighting
so.
game that runs at 30 FPS. It's a horrible piece of shit. It's a horrible piece of shit. Yeah.
Murasaki Baby comes out for PlayStation Network Vita.
Someone redub that. Or make that into a dubstep song.
The last fighting game I played at 30 FPS was on the fucking Sega Saturn. And most of the
Whoa.
fighting games on that run at 60, so fuck you.
There's
Anomaly 2 for PlayStation 4.
I think we kind of glossed over Murasaki Baby, because that's actually something that people give a fuck about for PlayStation Vita.
I have never heard of the Murasaki,
Murasaki Baby.
Yeah, it's been...
Murasaki Baby.
Murasaki
It is
baby.
an upcoming side-scrolling game developed by Sonico.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that looks awesome.
Very unique art style.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And apparently it's pretty good, and it's not very expensive either. It's like $10, so...
Wow.
Yep. Might be a reason to power up the Vita again.
There's that. Anomaly 2 for PlayStation 4.
Yep. Good game.
Fibbage for PlayStation 4. I want to play Fibbage so bad.
The fuck is Fibbage?
Fibbage is by the same people who made You Don't Know Jack. It's like a
Oh.
it's a
I have my attention.
it's a party game. So like you're given a sentence and you have to fill in it's like
It's a bluffing game.
it's a bluffing game. Yeah. So you're given like a description for a word that's really complex and you try to like come up with like what that word means. Basically, you fill in the blanks on what that word means and you
Oh,
get
it's-
points
this is
if you're chosen.
It has smartphone functionality, so you can play 8 players, but you don't need 8 controllers. You can use your smartphone or tablet, and it connects.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that idea.
Yeah.
That is
it's
really
super
cool.
cool. So totes want to play that. It looks really fun.
That looks fun.
Disney's
See you on the
Meet
next
the Robinsons.
episode of the Friend Zone.
Probably.
Probably. Disney's Meet the Robinsons for
Film
PlayStation
tie-in.
3. Air Conflicts Vietnam Ultimate Edition for PlayStation 4. Ultimate Edition.
Whoa.
It's fucking
Deadfall
terrible.
Adventures.
Spoiler alert. One of the worst games on the PS4 so far, apparently.
Oh no. Deadfall Adventures Heart of Atlantis for PlayStation 3 Network.
I can't remember if Deadfall Adventures was any good.
I have a Deadfall. I haven't played it yet. Damn it, I need to play more.
I
indie
believe
games.
it wasn't very
Stat.
good. My understanding of it. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant.
Okay. On the 18th, Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut for PC comes out.
Yeah.
How many
Dragonfall.
titles can we include?
Director's Cut Ultimate Edition Vietnam.
Yeah.
4.
I'm pretty sure
4.
Shadowrun Vietnam would be a little bit weird.
That'd be great.
I don't know what
That'd be
you
a
mean.
great game. That'd be genre defining.
Yeah.
Fighting dragons in Vietnam.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Play the shit out of that.
Wild Guns for Wii U.
That's Virtual Console, I think, isn't it? Because that was
Yeah.
an old
It has to be.
1994 game.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend of the River King 2 for 3DS.
What now?
Oh, it's another one of those
Second
weird
one.
3DS-ware games that are actually probably pretty fun. Although in this case, no, it is just a port of a Game Boy Color game. So I think it wasn't that a fishing game. Actually, yep,
it?
it was a fishing-themed role-playing game series. There's
That makes more
actually
sense.
been
Whoa.
holy shit. There's like 13 games in this series. It's super popular, apparently.
Amazing.
Wow.
Legend of the River King.
It was made by the company that makes Harvest Moon.
Oh, damn.
Natsume.
Yes, Natsume.
Oh, whoa.
Fishing themed
I want
RPG.
to play Legend of the River King.
Yeah, come to think of it, I do remember that from a while ago. It was like years ago as I was at school and I heard about this game. I'm like, whoa, that sounds insane. And I still think that.
I guess you can get the first one on the eShop with Nintendo.
Oh, shit.
That actually sounds surprisingly legit. There you go.
Yeah.
On the 19th, Wasteland 2 for PC and Mac comes out.
So I actually intend to stream that, by the way. So I have a character in that game that apparently you can murder, although I don't know where he is.
Perfect.
But I backed that game. Full disclosure, I backed that game for $1,000 when it was on Kickstarter. And I deliberately didn't play any of it during the alpha and the beta because I want to just play it straight up from the start.
Awesome.
So there you go.
And lastly for this week, Flockers for
yes,
Xbox
Flockers.
One, PC, and PlayStation 4.
Yep. Lemmings-esque game
But with sheep.
Flockers?
with sheep. Flockers.
Hey, Mario Golf's coming out for the Wii U.
Wow.
Man.
Which version? Oh, Advanced Tour.
Advanced
Mario
Tour.
Golf Game Boy Advance version for Wii U. Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Virtual
Did it.
Console is amazing, said nobody ever. And that pretty much is it for the week, isn't it? Yep.
Yup.
Looks like it. Absolutely. All right, cool. Well, that about wraps us up for the show, folks. We dragged on a little bit long. That's to make up for the ones that we've cut short recently. So thank you very much for that. That's nice. Oh, one thing we should mention, by the way, because this is relevant to Jesse's interest, the Golden Realms expansion for Age of Wonders 3 is out in 2 days.
Is that with the Naga and stuff?
I believe so. I would also like to make a mention, because it's not on the release list for some reason, of a game called Roundabout, which is out on September the 18th. It is a game about driving a constantly revolving limousine that constantly spins. And it has 70s B-movie cutscenes with green screen and terrible voice acting, and it is quite the thing. Quite the thing.
Does Nicolas Cage drive the limousine?
No.
Oh my
no.
God. Time out. Time out. Everyone watching, everyone at home, children around the world, both Dodger and TV. This past week, Crendor and I watched a Nicolas Cage movie called Rage, direct to DVD. Go get it. I swear to God, it is the best Nicolas Cage movie you will ever see. The ending twist, you were just like, what just happened here? It will change your life. You will rethink Rage. You'll be like, I shouldn't. Rage is bad.
Yep.
Oh, trust me. Go get that. It's the best
Go
dollar
get it.
you will ever spend. Support Nicolas Cage so he can make other good movies like Rage. Oh my God. No spoils. Zero spoils.
And also Roundabout.
And also Roundabout.
And
Voiced
Wicker
by
Man.
such famous Something Awful users as Psychedelic Eyeball and Medibot.
Perfect.
Yeah. It is original. I'll definitely give it that. My finish are
Rage,
becoming reasonably
It's
soon.
not as good as Wicker Man, but it's like a close second.
Oh, thank God for that. All right, what are we doing this week? Let's wrap up, shall we? Dodger, what's going on? What can we expect?
All right, we got a Welcome to the Fandom coming out this week. I've been putting up Hatoful Boyfriend. We got our second ending that I put up yesterday, and so the one that we're putting up today is A New Beginning, Romancing the Doctor, which for any of you who have played the game, you know what to expect. And
the
it's a
Doctor
thing.
is a pervert.
The Doctor.
He is a big fat pigeon.
Get hyped. Get hyped. Anyways, so Hatoful Boyfriend's been going up. What else is going on this week? I'm recording Swords and Stitches on Thursday, doing a big shoot day, so I'm super excited about that. And just general shenanigans, general normal shenanigans on the channel. That's all on Press Heart. And then Dexterity bonus, do a daily vlog, talk about cats, drink coffee, have good times. So I would love to have you hang out anywhere in there. Also, we now have just kind of like a hub website, presshearttocontinue.com. And if you click on the community tab, it has links to the TF2 server and the CSGO server if you were wondering where to find those in the past and all that. So we're super excited about
What
that.
loser made that? I bet he's in chat. What a loser.
So yeah, good times all around. And on all of the social medias, I'm at DexBonus, DEXBONUS. So
Cool.
yay.
Grando, what's going up?
Well, on my channel, we got more Warcraft 3 coming. So if you enjoy Warcraft 3, come on down. You can yell at me at how bad I am about it. Then we got more WoW leveling. I'm episode 70, but I'm level 50 in WoW. It's been going on for 2 years now.
Yeah.
But, one day I'll reach the end. Hopefully before I die. So that's a thing. And then probably more pointless top 10 where I make pointless top 10 lists about random things. Probably another WoW machinima because I just make those. And let's see. Oh yeah, Smite. We got our Smite stuff. I'm probably going to be doing more Smite.
That's not going up for a couple of weeks though, is it?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
But I'm going to probably make some Smite stuff anyway just because I like Smite. And we got more Cox and Crendor coming. Guys, don't yell at me. I don't do any of the editing or hard work. I just show up and talk. Yell at Jesse. Jesse does all the editing.
That's the same thing I tell people when they ask for more Terraria.
If you yell
at me, yell at TV.
Yell at him because he does all the hard work and stuff, and I don't have any control over it.
There's an episode coming where we talk about Crazy Woman who was with us at breakfast. That'll be up today.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
So, and then twitter.com/WowCrendor, facebook.com/Crendor, youtube.com/WowCrendor, twitch.tv/Crendor. I got great emotes, more than TB. They're really great.
I don't think you do have more than me, actually.
Twitch.tv/DexterityBonus.
How many
You can
you
have
got?
all the cat head emotes. They're amazing. And you can have
I have
Cool
10.
Dodger with sunglasses.
Okay, you got 2 more than me.
I have
I'll
10
fix that.
too.
2
Crendor, I
more.
have 10 too. High five.
Woo!
I can get more than 10.
Good for you.
Too bad you don't have more than 10, though, because,
Soon. Soon.
Soon. And, you just buy my shirts all over the places.
What's coming up, Jesse?
Before we begin, youtube.com/Jesse Cox and Jesse Cox on Twitter and the Jesse Cox on Facebook and Shapuzi.com and Shapuzi.com for the server for Minecraft. Minecraft, it's a thing. So, twitch.tv/Shapuzi. Okay, now to actually get down to it, this week, tomorrow, 7 a.m. sharp, Hyrule Warriors. If you like watching Dynasty Warriors, I don't know who does, you will love that. Cry and I are going to finish up the last of Resident Evil this week. Friday's the last episode. Ada Wong's campaign is wonky. And let's see. Also, big shout out. I suggest this because it's getting really, really good. Please go watch the I guess it would be youtube.com/itmejp or I know that's his Twitch, but R&D for roleplay is incredible. And I'm not saying it's the best role playing they've ever done, but
You're on it, aren't you?
I am. We are on. I swear to God, we're on week 8. I think we're doing 2 or 3 more weeks because it's so good that guys, it is next level good. We have crafted characters that are fantastic. I'm not even going to spoil anything. The last few episodes were so intense. I don't even.
It was pretty intense. He told me about it, and I was like, "That's pretty intense."
Don't spoil anything.
Intense, dog.
Don't spoil anything, Crendor. Guys, just the next 2 episodes are going to be life-changing for you. Literally, they will change your life. All I'm saying is tune
almost
in.
as much as Rage.
Not as much as Rage. That movie is life-changing. So
Yep.
go watch that. It'll be great. And that's it.
All right, cool. What's coming up? So I'm working on the next episode of This Is Why Kind of Nice Things. That stuff usually takes a while. I actually am interviewing a few of the original developers tomorrow because I want to make that episode extra special. And I'm focusing on Startopia, which was an absolute goddamn classic. So I'm working on that one at the moment, but I can't tell you when it's going to be up because those videos can sometimes take weeks of work. So it'll hopefully be up sometime this month. I do intend to stream Wasteland 2 for a few hours on Friday, I think, when it comes out. I don't know when yet. I'll let you know on Twitter. Just keep an eye on that. Outside of that, I'm working on the usual stuff. I'll probably do more Impress Me. I'm working on WCF Is today of... what's the bloody name of it? Reprisal Universe, I believe they call it. Working on that right now, which is basically a Populous clone. And I'll be looking at a few other things. I do have some games in the pipeline that are still under embargo, Strongholds, Gauntlets, and a few other things that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. And of course, there will be a roundabout video. There's no question about that. There's no way we could possibly ignore that game. That's a very, very strange game indeed. And I think that's probably about it. Just a quick FYI, from what I've been told, seems like some of the people are getting their shirts that for some reason had been delayed or whatever.
There's a big issue with that, huh?
There was a huge issue with that. Please do feel free, if you have any problems whatsoever with your shirt, to contact customer service for Make a Shop. I've been assured that they will be answering each and every one very promptly and very personally. And they will, we'll have some...
It's almost like they screwed up, TB.
It's almost like they did, and I got very upset with them. There is the possibility that happened. But
I
whatever
mean,
the
if
case...
you don't get your TB shirt, just go buy Crendor shirts. You got a Maker Shop, WowCrendors. Look it up. You gotta buy my shirts.
www.makershit.com. Get all your Jesse Cox stuff there. Makershit.com.
Yes, we are trying to get that sorted as best we can. Please do feel free to continue to contact customer services if there is any problem whatsoever. And if you do get one of the pixelated posters, the form to submit for a replacement for that is still up, and the deadline's not till the end of the month, so you've got time to get that shit fixed anyway. Is there anything else I'm supposed to talk about? Do go check out youtube.com/Totalbiscuit, which is my StarCraft and Axiom Esports channel, to find out what's going on. Is MMA the most overrated StarCraft player? We ask in an exclusive secret report. So I would suggest that you go watch that. It's actually quite funny.
Tonight at 9 on CBS.
Indeed. That's some journalism right there. We got journalism. We got all sorts of journalism.
So much journalism.
Yeah, it's coming out of my ears right now, the journalism it is. That's why I got to wear these headphones, to keep in the journalism. Thank you very much for watching the Co-Optional podcast. And I think we're done. Good night, goodbye, and good luck. Yeah, that.
Bye.